LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball is on the air.
The pitch. Oh, strike three! Inside corner. Punched him out.
This is exclusive live coverage of Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Space hit into right. Coming in to score is Pearson, and the Tigers take a 10-9 lead. Hey now!
Brought to you by the 7 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Albertsons, the official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers. The powerhouse of college baseball plays here. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Now for the Cajun Country Rice on Deck Show. Cajun Country Rice. Rice from Louisiana farms to your table. Live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball starts now. From inside the booth with the call of the game, here is the voice of your Fighting Tigers, Chris Blair.
Great to be back at home as we start a 4-game homestand this week. Second meeting on the year. We'll get it started between the Nicholls Colonels, driving over from Thibodaux to take on your number 1 ranked Fighting Tigers of LSU. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair along with Tiger champ Buzzy Heidel. Our straw stirring the drink back in the Capital One studio. Taylor Sharp welcoming you to Skip Bertman Field inside Alec Box Stadium on the campus of LSU in Baton Rouge for tonight's play-by-play story. Back on April 4th, these two teams met for the 83rd time on the diamond, and LSU got the run rule victory 12-2 after 7 innings. Tigers come in this week atop the SEC West after a series sweep over Ole Miss and Oxford, while the Colonels currently sit atop the always tough Southland Conference, riding a 4-game win streak, including a series sweep in conference at home over Houston Christian. Thatcher Hurd will start on the mound for LSU, while the Colonels counter with Devin DeSandro, a junior right-hander. Beautiful weather here on this Tuesday, so find your favorite chair, grab your favorite beverage. It's Tuesday night college baseball at the box. It's Nicholls, it's LSU, and it's coming up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all-new, all-awesome perks. Albertsons. Fresh foods, local flavors. Together, we are partners setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, We roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
To talk with Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here at the box, it's LSU versus Nicholls. Tigers with another big midweek contest against a Louisiana opponent. And it's time for Talking with Tigers as we're joined by junior right-hander Ty Floyd. Ty, of course, had a magnificent outing back on Saturday in defeating Ole Miss. Ty, first of all, congratulations. That was just awesome. Career-long outing for you here as an LSU Tiger. Just talk about your performance and what made it so special.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, I feel like the biggest thing for me this week was being able to execute pitches early and minimizing the walks and stuff. So when I allowed myself to get early in the count and stuff, that allowed me to expand the zone and get more outs. But it was a good weekend. I think all of our pitchers did great as well in doing that. We all had the same plan going into this weekend.
Yeah, all three of you guys as starters, Skeens, yourself, and Little, all were excellent. All went beyond the 5-inning mark. You, of course, into the 9th inning. Just your thoughts on the way that when you guys have 3 starting outings that way, how much it benefits the bullpen?
Oh, it benefits the bullpen tremendously. I mean, we have a full staff going in today against Nicholls, so I think that's the biggest thing for us. But also, it helps us on the weekends whenever we know that our starters are going to give us at least 5 to 6 innings and stuff. We know that our relievers are going to be able to come in at least once that weekend, if not twice. So that's a big thing for us.
Just your thoughts, Ty, on the win on Sunday. The fact that you guys are down by 2, down to your last out with nobody on base, and the Tigers come back and rally, and Hayden Travinsky with the home run that puts you on top. Just your thoughts on the way the team responded to that type of adversity and how it demonstrates character on this club.
It shows tremendous character. I don't think there was a moment that whole day that we thought we were going to lose. Even when I knew Hayden was coming up to bat, I knew that was something special was about to happen and stuff. But that just speaks to the character of this team and how well we are committed to winning and stuff. But we're a special group, and I think every day we expect to win.
What are your thoughts on the young freshman Gavin Guidry, a guy who wasn't really projected as a pitcher this season? But, man, he stepped up and done a great job and showed a lot of poise at the end of that game on Sunday.
Oh, he's been incredible. I think considering the role he's been put in, all of a sudden it's been great. He came in, did his job, had that mindset about himself, knowing that he's going to go in there and dominate, and he's proven himself to do that every single time he's walked out there. He's a huge part for this team. Also, it's been great to see Javen Coleman back. You know, he was out for a year, came back as quickly as he possibly could from Tommy John surgery. I know you guys are pleased about his return. What can that mean for y'all? Oh, it can mean a lot of things. I think it's special to have another left-handed arm in the lineup or in the bullpen. So I think it's going to be special whenever he's able to go the full distance for us. I know it's going to be even more special. I'm not saying that he already is, but right now he's been doing great with whatever he can give us right now. All right, man, Ty, again, congratulations on Saturday. Look forward to this coming week, and good luck tonight. Sir, thank you. Go Tigers. Ty Floyd with us as LSU getting set to face Nicholls here this evening at the box. Best wishes to Ty Floyd and the Tigers, and we'll be back right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
We are back on the Cajun Country Rice On Deck Show. With LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the way. First, time to take a trip around the SEC on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Yeah, and a beautiful evening on tap here in the capital city. Coming up, we'll get your full game day forecast presented by AccuTemp Services. Fans, Our Lady of the Lake, proud to be the championship health partner of LSU. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. Well, over the weekend, a bunch of sweeps in conference play, including your Tigers getting 3 games and 3 wins in Oxford, which changed a little bit in the SEC standings. Of course, tonight, outside of one matchup, which again doesn't count towards the conference, it's non-conference play. But we'll give you a look at the schedule tonight, as well as the current standings going around the SEC, presented by Visit Baton Rouge. We're ready. Are you? Happy to have in the booth to my left, Tiger champion Buzzy Heidel. Buzzy, what's happening across the Southeastern Conference?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. 10 of the 14 teams are in action tonight. A few games underway. Bottom of the 4th in Athens. Georgia State is leading Georgia 4-3. Bottom of the 2nd in Knoxville. Tennessee is blanking Bellarmine 3-0. Tennessee, one of those teams you talked about, Chris, that swept this weekend. They got a sweep over Vanderbilt, which was advantageous for the Tigers. Bottom of the 1st in Gainesville, Florida and North Florida are scoreless. Top of the 1st, Kentucky and Louisville are scoreless. That game being played in Lexington. Another game just underway in Tuscaloosa. Alabama and Samford are scoreless. And top of the 1st in Pearl, Mississippi. That game you talked about does not count towards the SEC schedule, but Mississippi State and Ole Miss are doing battle at Trustmark Park. Mississippi State leading that game early 1-0. Top of the 1st in Auburn nothing, Troy nothing. And on top of the 1st in College Station, Texas A&M and Sam Houston are scoreless. The other game besides this one that is slated to start at 6:30, Arkansas will take on Missouri State. That game being played in Springfield, Missouri. Look at the standings over halfway through the SEC. South Carolina over in the Eastern Division sits atop at 13-4. Vanderbilt, with that getting swept at Tennessee, is in the 2nd spot at 13-5. Florida and Kentucky 11-7. Tennessee at 8-10. Georgia sits at 7-11, and Missouri rounds out the East at 5-13. In the Western Division, LSU, with that big sweep and Arkansas getting swept, moves atop the West at 12-5. Arkansas sits in 2nd place at 11-7. Alabama and Texas A&M are 9-9. Auburn 7-11. Mississippi State 6-12, and Ole Miss, the Rebels, the defending national champions, at the bottom of the Western Division at 3-15.
All right, thank you, Buzzy. That's around the SEC for this Tuesday, presented by Visit Baton Rouge. We're ready. Are you? Fans have the right equipment to take on any job that's linked to the land. Just visit Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Find them at sunequip.com. Coming up, we take a look at the starting pitchers for both the Colonels and your Tigers. Get ready for Nicholls and LSU, 2nd game of the season coming your way. First pitch just after 6:30 here from the box. We'll continue with more on the Cajun Country Rice On Deck Show from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Plus, right now, Trane is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TraneSouth.com to find a local Trane dealer today. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details. Hey, Baton Rouge, don't go to just settle for boring old frozen pizza for dinner. Head over to Fat Boys Pizza, where size matters. Come check out their large pies that measure 30 inches across, but the number scarcely does it justice. When you see their 30-inch pie, your whole world got smaller, and your idea of pizza got bigger. From delicious pizza choices, chicken wings, garlic knots, and so much more, stop by Fat Boys Pizza, located on Nicholson Drive in Baton Rouge, or visit them online at eatfatboyspizza.com. Hey, Tiger fans, 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
leading you up to first pitch of LSU Baseball. Back with more on the Cajun Country Rice On Deck Show. Time to break down the game's starting pitchers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Fans, as you listen tonight, maybe on your way to the box, get ready for this midweek affair between Nicholls and LSU. Want to remind you, Cajun Country Rice giving Tiger fans the chance to honor their favorite home chef, crown them as the All-Star MVP. Of course, it may be you yourself. To do so, all you have to do is visit CajunCountryRice.com/LSU Tigers. Submit the name of your favorite amateur chef, and they, or you, could be a winner. Time now to take a look at tonight's starting pitchers. And with that, once again, to break down the matchup, here's Buzzy Heidel. Buzzy?
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, you got Devin DeSandro for Nicholls getting his 8th start, and Thatcher Hurd for LSU getting his 8th start. If you look at both pitchers' numbers, very similar. Both pitchers' teams are hitting right over 300 against them. DeSandro probably throws a few more strikes. He doesn't have quite as many walks. 6 ERA for DeSandro, a 7 ERA for Thatcher Hurd. But for the visiting team, DeSandro, he's going to be 88 to 92 miles an hour, fastball, curveball, changeup, and nothing overpowering. Kind of a stock righty that doesn't have really anything to beat you. With this potent LSU offense coming off a great offensive performance in Oxford, I think they'll carry this on and have a nice night tonight. And then on the other side, you've got Thatcher Hurd. However long he goes tonight, I want to see him get ahead of the Nicholls State Colonels hitters, and when he gets ahead, he's got to finish them off. That's one thing that I've noticed his last few outings is he's got no problem getting 0-2, 1-2 with these hitters, but it's finishing them off with that good out pitch. That's what I want to see from Thatcher Hurd. Give the innings that Coach Jay Johnson needs from him tonight, and continue on the momentum from this weekend, which was such a great weekend for the Tigers, and get them right in the thick of this SEC, right at the top of the SEC lead.
All right, it'll be junior Devin DeSandro, the right-hander for the Colonels, and as Buzzy mentioned, sophomore right-hander Thatcher Hurd getting the start for your Fighting Tigers. Fans, a reminder, all LSU Sports Radio Network broadcasts stream for free at lsusports.net, and you can take us with you wherever you go. You can help sync the radio to the television simply by downloading the LSU Sports mobile app presented by BASF. You can find the app for free in the iTunes Store and Google Play. The LSU Sports mobile app, presented by BASF, we create chemistry. Up next, we talk with Jay Johnson. Put a cap on this past weekend series sweep at Oxford against Ole Miss, and then look ahead to this week, including tonight's second meeting on the year with the Colonels of Nicholls. That's all coming up as we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
This is Richard Zuslaw, CEO of Acadian Ambulance Service. On behalf of all the Acadian employee owners, please be careful while driving. Always use your seatbelt and never text and drive.
Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit SolarSupplyLuxair.com to learn about working with Luxair.
The LSU Tigers excel due to great preparation, talent, and execution. Those same principles are what make National Trench Safety the leader in the trench safety equipment industry. National Trench Safety is recognized across the country as the trench and traffic safety specialist, supporting the equipment rental and engineering needs for the refining, chemical, pipeline, power, transportation, and municipal market. Visit ntsafety.com today for more details. Remember, if it's in the trench, over the trench, or around the trench, National Trench Safety has you covered. Go Tigers!
Tigers are your team, and Super One Foods is your grocery store. They offer super low prices from the moment you walk in their door, starting with the hottest deals on their famous wall of values. You'll get super savings on fresh produce, meat cut fresh daily, and all of your favorite brands throughout the store. Shop Super One Foods online or in store for super low prices on game day and every day. Go Tigers and go Super One Foods.
This is Richard Zuslaw, CEO of Acadian Ambulance Service. On behalf of all the Acadian employee owners, please be careful while driving. Always use your seatbelt and never text and drive.
as we continue on the Cajun Country Rice on Deck Show. It's time to visit with the top Tiger. This visit with LSU skipper Jay Johnson, presented by Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics, on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Coach, we're back here at the box coming off a great weekend by your team. Excellent performances really in all three games, but I know you were particularly pleased with Friday and Saturday, and then the spirit and stick-to-itiveness of your team to sweep the series. Now we got another challenging week. Before we talk about the matchup tonight, I know Chase Shores made it official earlier today. Unfortunately, going to have to shut him down this year, but very mature young man. Said he's still going to be a great teammate, still going to do whatever he can do to be a team player. But I know it's a tough loss for the team, but certainly even bigger for that young man.
Yeah, for sure. I think the best way I describe Chase is he's as close to Paul Skeens as Paul Skeens is in college baseball right now. So that's a thunderbolt. I mean, we were trusting him in the most important situations those first 3 weeks of league play at Texas A&M, here against Arkansas and here against Tennessee, and he really delivered. So got a good surgery done. We're on the path back. We hope to have him at the back end of next season, and he'll be probably your Friday starter in 2025 for the Tigers. He's got the makeup, the character to do it, but we're going to miss him in the immediate for sure.
Now let's talk about Nicholls a little bit. I know looking at the lineup, coming away from Ole Miss, Tommy White a little banged up, didn't finish the game on Sunday. Trey Morgan, unfortunately late, took a shot to the hand and wrist at the plate. I know they're not in the lineup tonight, but I think talking to you earlier in the week, probably just a good move to just give them some extra rest, get healthy.
Yeah, I think it's a tough call. I can't answer the question. If we were in the NCAA tournament, I would think both of them would be playing tonight. I can't answer that directly, but for the short term, probably have to give them a breather, and my hope is both will be good to go on Friday.
Again, the benefit of this team is the depth and the talent that you have. We saw Joe Bear play well at third base for you, moving in from right field. We've seen Pearson. I mean, you've got some plug and play all over the diamond. What's the mission? What's the plan for your Tigers tonight in the second meeting with Nicholls?
You know, it's a team that's in first place, and it's an opportunity to get a 2-game sweep over a team that has a chance to win the championship in the Southland, and those things all matter as far as NCAA tournament resumes and those types of things. So we want to do that, but for me, it's more about the execution. Can we execute our strike zone pressure from the mound? Can we execute our strike zone discipline from the plate? Can we slow the game down with runners in scoring position? Can we play great defense? And with a few different pieces in there tonight. And I'm excited to see those guys play and contribute because I know they can.
Lastly, I know each and every game you play always have a pitching plan. Kind of what's the plan tonight? Again, going into a very important weekend with a hot team coming in Alabama later in the week.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we didn't use Thatcher this weekend, so he's primed and ready to go, fully rested. We'd like to get him off to a good start and let him go for a little bit. There's obviously a pitch count element because he hasn't started in a few weeks that we'll have to get to, but, you know, we have some good pieces available. You know, Nate Ackenhausen's available again tonight. Bryce Collins is available again tonight. Sam Dutton, Blake Money. So we really like where we're at heading into this game.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it. Looks like the weather's going to agree. Going to be a great night for baseball. Best of luck. Get after them.
Thanks, Chris.
Head Coach Jay Johnson, everybody. Coming up, starting lineups, and then we'll get you ready for first pitch. Nicholls and your Fighting Tigers here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
When you went car shopping, you meant business. You ace vehicle history searches and test drives. You out-salesman the salesman. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll have the info you need to get more for your future. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to speeding past financial challenges, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
First pitch of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball is just moments away. Time now for the starting lineups. Presented by Cintas. Proudly helping Louisiana business stay clean, safe, and ready for the workday for over 40 years. On the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tonight's game brought to you by the 7 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Coca-Cola, People's Health, and Hancock Whitney. Time now to take a look at the Cintas starting lineup. First for Nicholls, coming in 22-16. Again, currently atop the Southland Conference with a mark of 8-4. They will lead things off with a shortstop. Parker Cadu, a junior, batting .301. Zane Washington will bat second, be in right field. He's a senior with a .361 average. Jaden Kay will get the start tonight, just his 4th start of the year, in place of the injured regular everyday first baseman who we saw in the first meeting, Edgar Alvarez, apparently a pulled hamstring over the weekend. So Kay will bat third, play first base. He's a junior, batting .333 with 21 plate appearances on the year. Hunter LeBlanc will be the DH and the cleanup hitter tonight for the Colonels. Austin Kane will be at third base, a senior, hitting .299. Garrett Felix will bat 6, be in left field. Eric Ordonez will be at second base in the 7-hole. Jaden Kalura will be behind the plate catching, batting 8th, the sophomore. And Wes Toops will be in center field. He'll bat 9th, also a sophomore for the Colonels, batting .256. Now for your Fighting Tigers of LSU. 32-7, their overall mark. They are 12-5 now, and as Buzzy told you, currently lead the SEC West. Gavin Dugas will be leading things off once again. The senior, batting .319, will play second base. Josh Pearson will move up in the order. He'll bat second tonight. Pearson, the sophomore, hitting .215. Again, Tigers without Tommy White in the lineup with a slight injury, and also Trey Morgan, who's normally your 2-hole hitter, out tonight after being hit in the hand. And again, Coach Jay Johnson telling us he expects both to be ready to go by Friday. But Pearson will bat second, be in left field. Dylan Cruz, of course, stays in the 3-hole. He'll be in center field. The junior, batting .496. Cade Beloso, once again the DH, will be in the cleanup spot, coming off 2 solo home runs over the weekend. Jordan Thompson will bat 5th and play shortstop. Hayden Travinsky, the hero in Sunday's Game 3, gets another start, his 2nd start behind the plate. He will catch and bat 6th. Braden Jobert will play third base tonight for Tommy White. He'll bat 7th. Jared Jones will be at first base. He will bat 8th. And Ethan Fry, getting his 2nd start of the year, the freshman, a right fielder, will be out there again with the Tigers, a little limited with personnel here on this Tuesday. So Dugas, Pearson, Cruz, Beloso, Thompson, Travinsky, Jobert, Jones, and Fry. That's your starters for the Tigers here on this Tuesday night. That means first pitch is coming up. We get ready for Game 2 of the season between Nicholls and LSU. It's coming your way next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
Straddling the mighty Mississippi between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Ascension Parish is Louisiana's sweet spot for a perfect weekend stopover, shop over, stay. Shop at Tanger Outlet's 60-plus designer and brand name stores. Tour fabulous Homa's House, Mansion, and Gardens. Visit Sugar-Filled Spirits Distillery, known for its unique spirits, wines, and ciders made from real local ingredients and flavors, or so many other interesting nearby attractions. Just a half hour east of Baton Rouge's Tiger Stadium and 1 hour west of New Orleans. Ascension Parish, your Baton Rouge to New Orleans stopover, shop over spot. For more info, visit LASweetspot.com.
Will Scott Mobile Mini is the global leader in modular offices and storage containers. Keep your products safe and secure with our wide array of vault-like storage containers. Need shelves and lighting for your container? We can help. We have the right container for your industrial, commercial, or residential storage needs. All of our offices are delivered ready to work with customizable furniture options to fit any need. Give us a call at 800-841-7016 or visit our website at www.mobilemini.com.
17 SEC championships.
There's flash 5 R's in the pitch.
34 NCAA tournament appearances.
Swung on it, hit the right field, way back there.
18 trips to Omaha. 6 national titles. The powerhouse of college baseball. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball. On the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Once again, welcome. Skip Bertman Field, Alec Box Stadium on this Tuesday night. Midweek baseball coming your way. Over from Thibodaux as Nicholls comes in to take on your Fighting Tigers of LSU. Let's take a look at the game day weather report brought to you by AccuTemp. Chance of power outages never. If you get a whole home generator from AccuTemp, keep the power in your hands. Currently partly cloudy, 76 degrees. A warm afternoon here in the capital city. There is a slight chance around 7 o'clock. And I mean the slightest of chances for maybe a quick shower. About a 40% chance. Other than that, going to be mostly cloudy the rest of the night. Should have no problem getting this game completely finished tonight. Thatcher Hurd ready to rock and winds and delivers. First pitch misses outside. Time of first pitch 6:32 Central Time. Parker Cadu will lead it off, a left-handed hitter, again batting .301. Hurd's 1-0 pitch, low and inside, missing 2 balls, no strikes. Cadu, a bright spot for the Colonels in that first meeting back on April 4th. Atop the order, he went 2 for 3 with a run scored, scoring 1 of the 2 runs. Nicholls able to plate on that midweek game. This one just missed again outside. Fastball from Hurd at 94, and it's quickly 3 balls and no strikes. Cadu, Washington, and Kay due up to start things here tonight. And with the take on, Cadu will take a strike. Another fastball from Hurd right across the plate, and it's 3-1. Slight breeze, not much. Flags moving slightly atop the batter's eye. Here's the 3-1 delivery, inside ball 4. So Cadu will earn a leadoff walk, not the start Jay Johnson nor Thatcher Hurd looking for. And that'll bring Zane Washington to the plate. Washington batting .361. Went 1 for 3. Earned a walk in the first meeting against LSU. Kind of heard Jay Johnson talk about Thatcher Hurd getting the start once again here in the midweek. Saw Christian Little get the start back on April 4th against this team, Buzzy, and eventually found his way into the Sunday starting role here over the last several SEC weekends. So still Hurd being evaluated out there from Coach Jay Johnson and Wes Johnson. Got a runner at first. Runner goes. High fastball swung on and missed. The throw down from Travinsky left of second base. Cadu easily in with a stolen base as the bounce off the dirt got away from Dugas. So a runner in second and an 0-2 count to Washington.
Cadu with his 8th stolen base of the year.
So he'll take a lead off second. Washington behind in the count. Hurd's 0-2 pitch. Misses high and outside, 1-2. Not a bad 0-2 pitch, but Washington, a senior, not fooled and not chasing. And that's one of the things we've talked about a lot during these midweek games, Buzzy, and that is pitchers coming in for LSU able to get ahead early but have to find a way to finish them off. Is the 1-2. Did he go around this time? They'll say yes. Home plate umpire Rob Slichler didn't need to appeal. Washington couldn't hold back. Bit on the breaking ball, and Hurd that time finds the out pitch. His first Super One Food strikeout. 1 gone here in the top of the first.
Yeah, big first out by Thatcher Hurd. Washington was named the Southland Conference Hitter of the Week after a great performance this weekend. And runner in scoring position, had that pitch just tailing off the outside part of the plate, and Washington couldn't hold up.
Now Washington, a very good hitter. I mentioned a senior. He's got a 14-game hit streak currently underway. But he's retired on the strikeout, and with one down, we'll see Jaden Kay, who's had limited moments at the plate. This will be his 22nd plate appearance, called into action with the injury to Edgar Alvarez, the starting first baseman. Here's a chopping ground ball, left of second base. Thompson fields it, throws to first. That'll get the second out of the inning as Parker Cadu shuffles his way into third. So with two down, Nicholls with a runner just 90 feet away, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Hunter LeBlanc, batting .270, another senior for this Colonel squad.
Yeah, important first inning here. We got Travinsky behind the plate. Hadn't caught much all year, and runner at third. Got to really do a good job of blocking everything up.
Just swing and a miss on a fastball from Hurd. Got by LeBlanc, and it's 0-1. Heard Jay Johnson before the game talk about how important this game is simply right now with the Colonels leading the Southland Conference. This one swung on, foul back behind home plate. Quickly Hurd again, 0-2. Again, that all adds up. You got to get the wins, obviously, but you got to get wins against quality opponents. And right now, the Colonels in the race. On April 4th, they were just behind Incarnate Word atop the Southland. The 0-2 again fouled off by LeBlanc, sent back to the screen on another fastball, and it's still 0-2.
Yeah, they come in on a 4-game win streak, and look, is it the end of the world if they would lose the game tonight? No, but after such a really energetic weekend in Oxford, you want to just keep that momentum going with another tough opponent this weekend.
The 0-2 is a bouncing ground ball to first. Waiting on it is Jones. He'll have to hustle to the bag and does so to beat LeBlanc for out number 3. So that'll do it for Nicholls here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, one man left on. Played a half inning, scoreless. We go to the bottom of the first. Dugas, Pearson, and Cruz up for the Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday evening. Played a half inning. Nicholls got aboard on a leadoff walk, left that man stranded at third. Thatcher Hurd settled in nicely. And we're scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Gavin Dugas to lead it off. The senior hitting .319. He'll face Devin DeSandro. First pitch from the right-hander. Inside at the hands for ball one. Fastball, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Dugas, again injured in the Kentucky series, did not play games 2 and 3 against the Wildcats, as there's a strike from DeSandro to even it up 1-1. Did not play last week against Louisiana Lafayette, but able to get right back into that starting lineup against Ole Miss. This one swung on, fouled out of play off the bat of Dugas, and it's 1-2. Again, he had his troubles at the plate coming off that shoulder injury, which not sure how close to 100% he was this past weekend. 1-2 reaches out, and a ground ball foul down the third base line. Keeps the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he's been a big spark at the top of that lineup, and it's been really all year. Back on that April 4th game against Nicholls, he was 3 for 3 atop that lineup, had a great day, drove in 3 runs.
The 1-2 to Dugas, stays away from the breaking ball, evens it up 2-2. Well, to your point, I mean, you talk about in a typical game for LSU with Morgan, Cruz, Tommy White, setting the table so important, and Dugas has been spectacular this year. This pitch again, fastball in on the hands, will fill the count 3-2, batting .434, leading off the inning. .487 on base percentage. That's certainly setting the table. Payoff delivery, going to hit him. Got him in the arm. Sandro let that one get loose, so that'll send Dugas down to first. He reaches to get things started for LSU, and again, that's a good way to set the table.
Yeah, good way to get on. That's taking a fastball in a good part of the body, if there is such a part. That's kind of the top of the shoulder area, but you know every time an LSU hitter is getting hit by a pitch or diving for a ball, Coach Jay Johnson's probably cringing in that dugout with some of the injuries that have happened over the last couple weeks.
87th hit by pitch for the Tigers on the year. That'll bring Josh Pearson, who's batting in the 2-hole tonight, getting the start in left field. First pitch a strike from DeSandro, and it's 0-1. Again with Trey Morgan sitting out tonight along with Tommy White. Some changes not only in the field but certainly in the lineup. The 0-1 to Pearson, swings and sends it foul left side. Falls behind in the count, 0-2. A .215 average, 66 plate appearance for Pearson. And it's always key to try to get into a rhythm. And again, this is a very talented lineup. Everybody who wants to compete and wear that purple and gold has to battle to get at-bats and time in the field, as this one misses high. But what a rhythm Pearson was able to get to down the stretch last year. We know what he's capable of. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Runner at first, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, drops in low and inside. 2-2 now. The count to Pearson.
Well, so many different ways to beat you from this LSU team. You got a guy like Pearson who, been on the bench and getting spot starts here and there. And we know about Hayden Travinsky this past weekend.
Throw over to first to keep an eye on Dugas. He slides back to the bag. Still 2-2 to Pearson.
I mean, he gets his opportunity, and boy, did he take advantage of it, and was really the swing of the weekend, if you want to say that. Getting the Tigers to sweep over Ole Miss. A lot of different pieces to the puzzle.
2-2 lifted in the air to left field by Pearson. Coming over is Felix, and he's got room to make the play for out number 1. So Pearson retired, leaves Dugas at first base, and we'll see Dylan Cruz. You had a great point. We got to the ballpark today. You talked about Hayden Travinsky in that moment, stepping up. He started game 2, caught for Ty Floyd, looking for his first hit in SEC play. Got that on Saturday. And then you're called upon in the top of the 9th. 2 men on, 2 outs, down 2 runs. You got to be mentally ready to go in that moment, and you got to be a team guy, and Hayden certainly showed that on Sunday. Cruz looks at the first pitch. Fastball misses low, 1-0.
Well, to your point, if he's pouting on the bench and not happy that he's in the lineup, everybody wants to play. There's only 9 spots on the field, so if he's pouting, and when Coach calls his number, he would never have had an opportunity to get the big hit for his team.
The 1-0 fouled straight into the dirt off the bat of Cruz. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Dylan Cruz, by the way, was on a tear this weekend. So funny. Game 2. Comes to the plate there in the top of the first inning in Oxford. Bill Franquez throws out the fact he hadn't had a home run since the Arkansas series here at the box. Dylan obviously took that to heart. Had a 2-run homer in the top of the first, make it 2-0. Gets up again with the bases loaded. His first career home run for a grand slam in a heralded career. In the top of the second, suddenly it's 6-0 all off the bat of Dylan Cruz. The 1-1 sent to right field, right center field, giving chase. Toops reaches up and makes the grab, goes slamming into the BASF sign in right center.
Wow.
Number 1 to get to it for Toops. Number 2, make the catch and then hold on. Number 3 when he slammed into the wall. Great play by the Nicholls center fielder, and robs Dylan Cruz of what very well could have been another extra base.
Yeah, that's as good a play as you'll see. We are spoiled to here in Alex Box Stadium watching Dylan Cruz and all the great center fielders throughout the last 20 years, but over the last few years we've had a lot of good ones. That was as good as any one, as that ball was absolutely crushed. I'm gonna tell you, Chris, I thought off the bat there was no chance. I thought that was a double, triple, no doubt, possibly even a chance to get out the ballpark, and Toops ran that thing down. Heck of a play.
So now we have Mike Silva, the head coach. After that fly ball out to the wall, he brings the umpires in, and they're going to meet up the third base line. So I'm not sure if he officially called for a challenge, but
yeah, I think he's asking if Dugas retouched the bag on second base. Of course, the ball was hit, and Dugas probably thought what everybody thought in the ballpark, including me, that ball was going to get down. He actually passed second base up, going to third. When you do that, you've got to retouch the bag and get back to first. And I'm thinking Coach Silva is going with the fact that he didn't retouch it.
He's on the bag there, slips and falls. Then as he turns, I don't think he touched the bag. Again, unfortunate. Dugas, just like Buzzy described perfectly, thought that one was going to hit the wall, possibly even go over the wall. He was a full sprint into second base, realized that Toops had made the catch, then put on the brakes, but fell. Actually landed and then tried to turn, get back to first. And I think knowing that A, I fell, B, I got to get moving, he may have inadvertently not stepped on second base.
My question is this: what if you don't ever touch the bag to begin with?
That's a good point.
And then you touch the bag going back to first base? Is that you have to retouch it twice? I mean, then it becomes a little bit of maybe an umpire's discretion. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he touched second base at all.
Yeah.
Even going there and coming back. Again, watching the replay, let's see. His heel touched the left corner of the bag, then he falls, and it looks like after they go under review, we're not going to get, I don't think we're going to get a PA update from our umpires tonight, maybe not using the microphones. They went into the video room to take a look at it. But nonetheless, Dugas is going to stay at first base. So
that was a little tricky situation. I think the umpire said, look, if you don't see anything, I didn't see anything. We called him safe. Let's stay with it, because it wasn't a whole lot of evidence there that could make you overturn it.
So with two down, it'll bring Cade Beloso to the plate. Again, Dugas stays safe at first after the fly ball out by Cruz. First delivery, a called strike from DeSandro, and it's 0-1. So Nicholls offers the challenge, presented by Acme Oyster House, and it stays that the call on the field is confirmed. Dugas safe. There's one missing outside to Cade. It's 1-1. Beloso, 2 solo home runs over the weekend. Really important home runs to help give some distance against the Ole Miss Rebels. Here's the 1-1. This one high in the air, right center field. Washington going back, and Washington makes a leap at the wall, and he will pull it down. Back-to-back deep jacks, one by Cruz, one by Beloso, but they stay within the park. This time Washington goes high, brings it down for out number 3. So the Tigers come away. No runs, no hits. One man left on. We go to the top of the second. Scoreless at the box on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all new, all awesome perks. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors.
Excuse me, do you know the average time of one full inning at an LSU baseball game?
10 minutes. Half an hour?
I think 45 minutes. Actually, one inning in baseball lasts about 20 minutes. Any idea how long it takes to complete a mortgage application?
I'm going to go with an hour and a half. I think it's about 2 hours.
Probably a couple days.
Actually, at Assurance Financial, you can apply for a mortgage in less time than one inning. Wow. Find out more. Visit them at AssuranceMortgage.com. That's AssuranceMortgage.com. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 70876.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Scoreless game. We go to the top of the second. Colonels come to the plate. As Thatcher Hurd begins his second inning of work. Leading things off will be Austin Kane, the third baseman, batting in the 5 spot. 5, 6, and 7 due up. First pitch got away from Hurd off the mid of Travinsky, ball 1. 1-0 to the right-handed hitting Kane, a .299 average on the year. This pitch high and inside backs him up a bit, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Again, Thatcher Hurd gave up the leadoff walk there in the top of the first buzzy, but then did settle down. See how he approaches this inning, as this one sent back foul as Kane just missed on it. 2-1 the count.
Well, that's what I heard. It's a little, kind of befuddles you a little bit just because the stuff is so good. I mean, you look at the fastball, it's 96 miles an hour, 95, 96, and it's got the good hard cutter, slider, whatever you want to call it, and just needs to trust it a little more, I think.
2-1, slap foul by Kane above the first base dugout of the Tigers, and evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I tell you, the one thing that I took away from this weekend, as well as the offense for LSU and the dramatics in the top of the 9th inning, was the starting pitching for the Tigers on the weekend. Is this pitch a breaking ball, and Kane gave it a look, went down on a knee but stayed away, and that'll fill the count 3-2. Again, Paul Skeens like on Friday. Great job by Griffin Herring in relief, bouncing back. And then the longest outing, really arguably the best outing for Ty Floyd on Saturday. Payoff pitch, knocked down the line in left, and this one going to land foul. That will bring Kane back to the plate with a 3-2 count. Ty going 8 1/3. Pitched well, and again, good job to see Nate Ackenhausen return after the hamstring injury. He came in and finished the game up. Tigers clinching the series on Saturday. And then I thought really Christian Little, again arguably one of his better outings in an SEC start. This one a flare line drive into left center field. Kane keeps battling, eventually gets the first hit of the game. First for either team. And again, Colonels get the leadoff man aboard on a base hit to left center.
Yeah, Hurd gets the 2 strikes, but pitch just up in the zone. That's the other thing you notice with Hurd. When he's getting hit, it's talked about how good the stuff is, but when you stay elevated at that belt, at that belt line of the hitter, doesn't matter if you throw 95, 96, hitters can get to him. I mean, even Skeens on Friday night, as good as he was, leaves a pitch out of the zone, and we saw Will Furness deposit one out of the seats, but it doesn't matter how hard you throw, even at amateur hitters, they'll time you up if you live at the belt.
Garrett Felix now stands in, the left fielder. Pitch from Hurd misses, not sure where, but it's 1-0. Again, Kane, 3 stolen bases on the year. He's 3 for 5 in that department. He'll take his lead off first. And a quick throw over. Nice move by Hurd just as Kane had reached his final step off the bag. Slides back safely. Still 1-0 the count to Felix. Left-handed hitter. Hurd fires. Off speed, strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
If Felix out of that left-handed batter's box, he can pick him up and put him down himself. So LSU needs to focus on an out on a ground ball here. Just don't try to rush anything, get the first out. Doubling off Felix is going to be tough anyway.
1-1, foul tap. They put the runner in motion. Kane will have to come back, and it's now 1-2. Here's Hurd again, ahead of the hitter. See what he relies on here, what Coach Wes Johnson wants him to deal in.
Well, and this is where you'd love to see Hurd start really developing a good changeup. This everything's hard from Hurd. The slider, the fastball, the cutter that he throws. You can get one going the other way off that left-handed hitter with a changeup.
This one off speed, but misses upstairs. That'll make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Felix started his career up at Bossier Parish Community College. Last year came down to Thibodaux. Junior infielder out of Scott, Louisiana. Has a 2-2 count. Righty on lefty matchup. Swing and a miss. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. A little low in the zone. Good job by Hurd to get the punch out. His second Super One Food strikeout of the night.
Well, and that was down in the zone. That was 2-2, and that's the pitch you want. Down at the knees, with some good velocity. Probably was going to be a strike anyway, but those pitches for left-handed, for anybody, but for a left-handed hitter, they like to turn and burn on pitches. Down and in is no good to a lefty, but you keep that thing away, moving away, becomes very difficult.
Another throw over by Hurd to keep an eye on Kane, the base runner at first base. As we'll see, to the plate for the first time tonight, Eric Ordonez, the second baseman, came in to pinch hit against the Tigers, did not start the game. Back on April 4th. Again, runner goes, line drive shot just over the glove of Dugas at second base. Kane around second, and on his way to third, Thompson was looking to first to see if Ordonez had come off the bag. May have had a chance with a good throw to third, as Kane was a little late getting around, and that one just over the wickets of Dugas, who climbed on the ladder. He was coming over to cover second base, and that ball hit right to him, but just out of his reach.
Yeah, by my count, that's Coach Silva's third hit and run that he's put on tonight, not even through 2 innings. And game of baseball is a funny game, Chris, is if that pitch is, or if that batted ball is maybe 6 inches lower, it's a double play and LSU's out of the inning. But perfectly executed, as ball was hit right on the button over Dugas's head. And on the relay throw from Cruz, if Thompson, somebody's got to be in Thompson's ear saying, 3-3, relay, you can get him there. Obviously, the communication, a little bit of lack of communication, I think, in the infield.
First pitch to Jaden Kalura, who did not play against the Tigers in the first meeting, native of Hammond, Louisiana. Another left-hander in this lineup, a called strike from Hurd, and it's 0-1. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Scoreless game. There's a throw over again. Back safely to the bag.
Well, LSU used to play in teams that hit and run, steal, lay bunts down. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Silva puts a bunt on here.
The 0-1 looks to be swinging, but the pitch misses high from Hurd. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We saw the Raging Cajuns last weekend put a lot of different hit and runs and bunts. Kentucky a couple weeks ago, they were stealing and manufacturing runs. Nicholls kind of plays that same style of baseball.
Runner goes to second, swung on and lifted foul above the third base dugout, so that will bring Ordonez back to first. But yeah, no question about it. Mike Silva so far tonight wanting to be a little aggressive here. Nicholls in that first meeting led early 1-0. Tigers didn't get on the board until the bottom of the third in that first meeting, but they got aboard and got them in. They scored 5 runs, take a 5-1 lead. Again, the runner goes. This one off the bat of Kalura, deep to left field. Going back, Pearson just shy of the track. He'll make the grab, but tagging up will be Kane. And coming in from third to score, Austin Kane makes it a 1-0 Colonels lead once again, just like in the first meeting in the top of the second inning. 2 down now, and still a runner at first base in Eric Ordonez. So a sac fly RBI off the bat of Kalura will bring us to the number 9 hitter, Wes Toops, center fielder, sophomore, batting .256.
Yeah, and if you're Kalura, you couldn't have drew it up any better. Catcher probably doesn't run great, looking for a pitch he can drive up out into the outfield and drive the run in, and it was a hanging off-speed pitch that Kalura just had to lift out to left field. You roll over something there, that's a inning-ending double play without a run being scored.
Pitch from Hurd, swing and a miss. Challenged him with a fastball at 95. Gets by Toops. It's 0-1. Toops, hometown boy from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Again, another left-hander in this lineup for the Colonels. Another throw over. It's an extended lead by Ordonez. Just got back. Pretty good move by Hurd.
Toops made a heck of a play there in the bottom of the first on Cruz. A ball that was sure to get down. I mean, I would have bet money that ball was going to be in the gap double, and Toops up against the wall made a heck of a play.
Runner goes. Travinsky takes the pitch, throws down to second. Thompson applies the tag, and Nicholls runs their way out of the top of the second inning. Ordonez caught stealing. That'll be the third out of the inning. Colonels, though, get on the board. They get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors by the Tigers. They leave nobody on. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0. Colonels lead. Tigers will have 5, 6, and 7 due up. Thompson, Travinsky, and Joe Bear on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
My husband had a gun. Him and his friends would go shooting. The ammunition, unfortunately, was not stored separately. In a million years, we never thought that Emily could. There's a hole in our family that can never, ever be filled.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. With safe gun storage, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
1-0 Colonels lead over LSU. Jordan Thompson will lead it off for the Tigers. First two deliveries from a new pitcher taking over on the mound for Nicholls. It will be Tyler Terrio, the left-hander. It's a 2-0 count to Thompson. The 2-0 slammed down the line but foul towards the bullpen and left. A couple of Colonels have to jump out of the way, and it's now 2-1 to Thompson.
Terrio, the left-hander, senior out of Bruley, Louisiana, is 2-4, making his 11th appearance, has a 4.6 ERA, 43 innings, giving up 22 runs, 16 walks, and 35 strikeouts.
Next delivery missing outside off speed to Thompson. Thompson got it going in Sunday's game after going 0 in game 1 and 2 against Ole Miss. Saw Jay Johnson and Jordan working on some mechanical stuff with the swing on Sunday before the game, and it seemed to work. He'll earn a walk here as that pitch misses for ball 4. So Terrio walks the first batter he sees, and we'll see Hayden Travinski, and immediately you hear the crowd erupt. Travinski, of course, the hero on Sunday in a pinch hitting role, 3-run homer to give the Tigers a 7-6 lead in the top of the 9th. First pitch to Travinski misses outside, and it's ball 1. His first home run of the season, by the way, and again, limited at bats, just 15 plate appearances on the year. He's batting an even 400, swings and fouls it back into the screen to even the count 1-1.
Well, make no mistake about it either. Coach Johnson put him in on Sunday. I'm not telling you he would have been disappointed in a single, but he put him in there to hit the ball in the gap or do what he did, hit the ball out of the ballpark, and he did just that. Pulled the right string there at the end of the game and broke a bunch of Ole Miss Rebel fans' hearts, I can tell you.
Yeah, the Tigers able to get 2 men on. They went to pinch runners, Stevenson and Merrifield. Here's the 1-1 to Travinski, off speed, strike at the belt, falls behind 1 and 2. And Jay said last night, hey, look, Milazzo had seen the ball well, had hit the ball well. And while we love singles, we just felt like exactly what you said. We needed to go over the fence or in the gap. Here's a ground ball hit to third, backing up, but handling the play is going to be Kane. Throws to Ordonez, and the relay to first in time for the double play. That'll erase the base pads, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
A nice 5-4-3 double play. Ordonez with the good turn at second, but threw a missile right into the dirt. And you got to tip your hat to Kay as he stayed on that ball. Not an easy play by the first baseman to finish off the double play. A little bit of good defense by the Colonels.
Now we'll see Braden Jobert. Jobert, one of the Tigers to get aboard there in the top of the 9th inning to make it possible for Travinski to provide the heroics. Left-handed hitter takes the first pitch, ball 1. This one swings and a bouncer foul first base side, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, nobody ever remembers the guy that got on before Warren Morris hit the home run, but you know, a bunch of the fans, Brad Wilson, will remember him getting on before Warren Morris got the heroic homer.
Pitch inside on the hands, make it 2-1 now to Braden Jobert, who on the year batting .298. SEC play currently right now second behind Cruz, hitting .324 against SEC competition. The 2-1 hit up the middle, base hit to center field. one left up by Terrio, and Joe Bear gets around on it, sends it right back up the middle. First hit of the night for LSU. With 2 outs, a runner on, and we'll see Jared Jones.
Yeah, Terrio, not a flamethrower by any means. He'll get you with changing up speeds and a lot of off-speed pitches, but Joe Bear, power hitters, did a good job of just taking that pitch, not trying to do too much, and roping one right back through the middle of the field.
First pitch to Jones, a strike on the inside corner. Make it 0-1 to Jones, who on the year's batting .342. Fourth in the lineup against SEC pitching this year. The freshman batting .310 thus far. This pitch going to hit him. Terrio got him on the hip. That'll put runners first and second now with 2 down. And the Tigers, no strangers to making things happen with 2 outs in the inning. And Ethan Fry, another highly heralded freshman, getting the start tonight. With the night off for Tommy White and Trey Morgan, Fry playing in right field. This is his second start of the year. This will be his 14th plate appearance. And before Terrio gets a chance to make a throw, there's going to be a time called. Looks like Cody Livingston, the pitching coach, going to make his way out there. He's not out there in a particular hurry, which again, they have a right-hander, it appears, ready to go in the bullpen, but typically the pitching coach comes out for a rah-rah meeting. They're moving pretty quick because you only have 30 seconds. So they're going to talk it over here. With 2 outs, the Tigers down 1-0 with runners first and second. Ethan Fry coming to the plate, who's again 4 for 13 in his limited at bats, batting .308.
Well, that's right-hander Chase Gearing, number 28, getting loose down in the Colonel's bullpen. Might have just been a little bit, giving him a little bit more time and to settle Terrio down.
Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch to Fry comes in short. 1 ball, no strikes. Two outs, the 1-0 pitch. High and outside, that'll make it 2-0 to Fry.
A big gap in that right center gap as the center fielder Toops is kind of shaded over to the third base side of second base. If Fry can stay on a pitch from Terrio, which is going to be probably out and up over the zone, go that other way.
He will drive this to left field. On the run is Felix, who reaches up and unable. Nope, he was able to hold on. Wow. He went diving towards the foul line, went up, and the baseball almost carried him onto the track, but he was able to hold on. I thought he had coughed it up after he hit the ground, but great play. Second great play by this Nicholls outfield. This time it's Garrett Felix flashing the leather. So the Tigers threaten but come up empty. They get no runs, 1 hit. They leave 2 men on. We go to the top of the third. Colonels lead 1-0. They come to the plate here at the box on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's good to be able to make a change, to never feel stuck. That's why at Cox, we're making a change too. Now Cox internet plans are flexible, so you can choose to just go with internet, add TV tomorrow, or home automation down the line. It's easier than ever to get just what you want and nothing you don't. Flexible plans from Cox. Change anytime. No commitments, no penalties. See for yourself at cox.com/internet. Additional services can be added at then current regular rates. All services subject to residential customer service agreement and acceptable use policy. Restrictions apply.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now, there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for 2 to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Wes Toops continues, well, hits it bad. He'll continue after the Colonels were caught stealing to end things there in the top of the second inning. He's back at the plate facing Thatcher Hurd. 1-0 count. And a swing and a miss on a fastball. Again, kept it low in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Colonels lead 1-0. They've got 1 run on 2 hits. Tigers 1 hit so far tonight. It's the 1-1. Tapper down the third base line, but it will roll and bounce foul. Again, the defense tonight a little different for the Tigers. Tommy White the night off. Trey Morgan the night off. Again, trying to get 100% healthy. White unable to finish the game. Started the game on Sunday, but then pulled from the lineup. And then Trey Morgan took a pitch right on the top of the wrist and the top of the hand late in the game Sunday. The 1-2 in the air, shallow left center field off the bat of Toops, and he will find the grass in left center for the 3rd hit of the night and for the 3rd straight inning. Buzzing, yeah. Colonels have the leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, and a good job by Toops. I mean, he didn't hit it hard, but with 2 strikes, you can tell he's just trying to choke up, try to stay inside out. That pitch wasn't a terrible pitch, although still up in the zone, but kind of got in on Toops' hand, but didn't try to do anything too much, stayed inside of it just long enough, and now he's got a speedy runner on. And Toops, he's 4 for 6 in stolen bases.
Parker Cadu atop the order will take the first pitch, foul it, slow roller up the first base line to make it 0-1. Cadu got aboard on a walk to start the ball game tonight. Was left stranded at third when they threatened, but came up empty in that first frame. 0-1 the count. Cadu also from Thibodaux, Louisiana. There's a strike on the outside corner with a fastball from Hurd, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, went to E.D. White High School. Got a couple E.D. White High School players on this Nicholls Colonels team, and that's a tradition-rich high school baseball program down in Thibodaux.
The 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball misses low. Cadu stays away, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colonels making some great plays out in the field so far early in this contest. Toops made a play in right center at the wall on Dylan Cruz. Garrett Felix just a moment ago able to take one away from Ethan Fry. Here's a breaking ball called strike. Cadu down on strikes. Hurd records his 3rd Super One Food strikeout. Certainly Parker not looking for that pitch. Is off speed just below the belt across the plate.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense. They a couple outfield plays and then turned a nice double play on Travinsky on a hard hit ball to the third baseman.
Colonels leading 1-0. Again, so far, same script in the first meeting, but it was again the bottom of the 3rd when LSU took control of that game. Here's a pitch to Washington. Washington, a strikeout victim. Got fooled on that slider or cutter, if you will. 1 ball, no strike, stays away from this breaking ball. Washington again, a 14-game hit streak on the line tonight. Runner at first. Here's the pitch, low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Fans Capital One offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Riley Cooper down in LSU's bullpen, just starting to play a little catch.
Runner at first, 1 out, 2-0. Sent foul into the screen. 2-1 now to Washington.
That was Hurd's 45th pitch of the evening.
Coach Johnson telling us before the game there would be a pitch count in effect for Thatcher Hurd. In fact, most of the pitchers we'll see tonight. Here's a pitch missing outside. Travinsky keeping an eye on the runner at first. Toops fires down to first, but Jones had to come off the bag. Toops back safely. Now 3-1 the count to Washington. Get a semi-shift here defensively with a right-handed hitter. They've got Dugas shaded, putting it mildly towards second base. Again, with the idea that Toops likes to run. Here's the 3-1. Jammed him, pops him up. Fouled out of play behind us. Now 3-2 the count. They've got Braden Jobert playing third tonight. Just before that last pitch, he was hugging the third baseline. Thompson playing deep in the hole at short. Runner goes on the 3-2 pitch. Washington fouls it out of play right side.
Washington, another Louisiana kid for this Colonels team. He's out of Houma, Louisiana, went to Terrebonne High School.
West Hoops aboard, led off with a single, off and running again. And there's a pitch inside to Washington. And it's called ball 4. That will move runners first and second.
I talk about it all the time. You can't defend the walk, and it's been a little bit of Hurd's Achilles heel. Gets wild at times, but then when he gets ahead, when he's staying ahead of hitters and not walking them, it's hard to get those hitters put away. And got to keep working on it. You know, it's a long season, and we talked about how the talent's there. We know the velocity's there. He's got a lot of talent. He's a good-looking kid. He checks a lot of boxes. Just got to continue to progress in this SEC play.
So a quick meeting there. Headed back. That's everybody in the infield meeting with Coach Wes Johnson. Talks it over with Thatcher Hurd. After the walk, puts runners first and second. Just one out here. Nicholls leading 1-0. Battle in the top of the third. We'll see Jaden Kay. Made a great play at first, part of that double play. First pitch, fastball way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. He's performing with the injury of Alvarez, Edgar Alvarez. Pretty good job defensively in that last inning. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Chasing one upstairs. Fastball elevated. 1-1. Colonels has Toops at second base with a leadoff single. Washington on the walk. He's at first. The 1-1. And on the hands, and while Kay had ideas, keeps the bat back, and it's now 2-1. So the Colonels, Buzzy mentioned it earlier, being very aggressive once they get men on base tonight. Have plenty of speed at first and second with 1 out. Hurd working from the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. That's a strike on the outer half. Evens it up 2-2. The fastball offering.
Yeah, that's the spot you want to live. Down in the zone, at the knees, outer half. Hitters you can't do much with that. If you make contact, it's usually rolled over if you don't go the other way with it.
2-2, slap foul, third base, or rather first base side. Keeps the count 2-2. Tiger fans, remember, StubHub, the easiest way to experience every Tiger game. Check the virtual view, score your seats, get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. 1 out, runners first and second. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Hurd with a big strikeout, got him with a breaking ball. Strikeout number 4 on the night for the Tigers starter, and a big second out here. Takes a big sigh of relief, still some work to do. And it will come against Hunter LeBlanc, who grounded out to Jared Jones down the first base line unassisted back in the first frame. First delivery. Nice pitch, off speed. 79 miles an hour. Certainly wasn't what LeBlanc was looking for. It's 0-1. LeBlanc, one of 5 lefties in the lineup tonight for the Colonels. And again, Hurd comes back off speed. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-2. Pitching a little backward here to Hunter LeBlanc. Runners first and second. With 2 outs, the 0-2. Another off-speed pitch. Good 0-2 pitch. LeBlanc not chasing. It's 1-2.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you go back to the off-speed pitch, which they did, want to make sure you don't get that thing down and in. That's where those lefties like it. You want to bury that. If you get it in, it's got to be on the dirt, or in the dirt, I should say.
2 outs, the 1-2. Breaking ball hit right back at Hurd. Comes off his backside. Picks it up. Throws to first to Jones. In time for out number 3. Well, that's one way to give up the body to make the play. Thatcher Hurd, after delivering the pitch, had it come right back on him. Hit him in the back. Rolled to the left of the mound. He picks it up. Makes the play for out number 3. So again, no runs. 1 hit. 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Nicholls leading 1-0. Tigers have top of the order. Dugas, Pearson, and Cruz when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tigers come to the bottom of the third inning, trailing 1-0. Top of the order due up. Gavin Dugas to get it started. Chase Gearing will take over. Another long and lanky right-hander, and the first pitch is a ground ball to third. Backhand pick this time by Kane. The throw to first. Another nice job by Jaden Kay going down to get it. Backup first baseman gets it done for out number one. So one pitch and one out for the Tigers. Good start for Chase Gearing, third pitcher of the night for the Colonels. And we'll see Josh Pearson fly it out to left field his first time up. First delivery to the left-hander. Strike on the inside corner. 0-1 with a breaking ball from Gearing. The 0-1 to Pearson. Missed the outside corner. Fastball, make it 1-1.
Gearing making his 16th appearance of the year. He's 1-1 with a 5.91 ERA. Does have a save on the year.
1-1 short of the plate, gets away from the catcher Kalura. That'll move the count to Pearson. 2-1.
32 innings pitched for Gearing. He's given up 27 hits, 21 earned runs, 17 walks, 33 strikeouts. He's going to be around the 90-mile-an-hour mark with the fastball, and he's a fastball curveball.
2-1 rip, but foul towards the bullpen, and right takes a bounce into the seats. Out of play, evens the count to Pearson. 2-2.
Yeah, it's fastball curveball. The curveball's it's got a good big sharp break to it, and he'll go to that a lot during his outings.
Pitch. Missed outside to Pearson. That'll fill the count up. 3-2. Delivery from Gearing. Hit foul out of play left side. Still remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fans get low rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer. Test drive a Kubota today. Another payoff pitch to Pearson. And again, another foul ball handled by Jay Johnson on the top step of the LSU dugout, showing his ground ball skills. The skipper of LSU. Still 3-2. Dylan Cruz on deck for the Tigers. Another payoff pitch to Pearson. That will miss high for ball 4. So a 1-out walk gets a runner aboard. Brings Dylan Cruz to the plate. Cruz smashed one to right center, but a great play by Wes Toops. Back in the first inning, robbed what appeared to be a possible extra base hit for the fantastic Dylan Cruz. mentioned he had an incredible weekend at Ole Miss, not just on Saturday with 6 runs batted in. And the first pitch going to hit him. So he will trot down to first base after being hit by the pitch from Gearing. That'll put runners first and second. So opportunity again knocking on the door for LSU. Down 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. And we'll see Cade Beloso batting cleanup tonight.
Well, Cruz still hovering around that 500 average mark. And I said this a couple weeks ago, Chris. I'm not saying he's going to hit 500. I mean, that's unbelievable. But he's going to be close just because he, even on the days he doesn't get the hits, he walks a lot. He gets hit by pitches. He's never going to have those 0 for 4, 0 for 5 days that'll just plummet a batting average.
First pitch to Beloso misses outside to the left-hander. It's 1-0. Again, that's the key. Not only Dylan Cruz, the best baseball player in the sport today, but having Tommy White behind you at least as Beloso unloads on this pitch, but foul down the line in right. Moves the count 1-1. At least with White there, you get a few more pitches to look at. Certainly in SEC play, coaches certainly have the idea of not pitching, not giving anything close to the plate for Cruz, but that changes when you have Tommy White sitting there right behind him. Runners first and second, 1 out. The 1-1 to Beloso, off speed and just missed the outside corner from Gearing. It's 2-1.
Got left-handed pitcher down in the Colonel's bullpen. That's number 42, Josh Mancuso, getting loose.
Two balls, 1 strike to Beloso. The pitch from Gearing. Again, trying to nibble outside, but missing. 3-1. Beloso on the year, batting .365. Just could not be denied into the starting lineup after having some pinch hit opportunities early in the non-conference, and now we have a hold in action here. Not sure why it wasn't the pitch clock. Like they were resetting maybe the pitch clock. Yeah, they get it back to 20 now. It begins. 3-1 the count to Beloso. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air, right center field. Washington coming over, Toops coming over. It'll be the right fielder Washington making the play, tagging up from second base. It's going to be Pearson, and he will reach second, move runners first and third now with 2 outs. So now it will be up to Jordan Thompson. We got a board on a walk in the second inning. Trying to get the Tigers on the board here. They trail 1-0. Pearson will take his lead off third. Cruz still at first base. Right-hander on right hitting matchup here as Thompson awaits. First pitch low and inside, ball 1.
Right guy, right spot. Thompson has, we've mentioned it plenty of times, the knack for getting the big hits in the clutch. Still early in this game, but a spot with a runner in scoring position for the salty shortstop to drive one in here, get LSU on the board.
The 1-0. There's a strike from Gearing. Get off speed. Thompson stayed away. A 1 ball, 1 strike. Semi shift here for the Colonels. Ordonez just right of second base.
Yeah, I was just about to say big hole. I mean, you hit a ground ball to where a second baseman would normally be playing. It's going to be a base hit.
The 1-1 ground ball as Cruz was toying with going, but now on the foul, he'll head back to first. 1-2 the count to Thompson. You also have Zane Washington playing just shy of the track in right field. They're able to put a pitch, drive it to the right side of the infield with Thompson's speed. Depending on how hard he hits it, he may be able to get around to second base. The 1-2 ground ball to third, backhanded by Kane. Nice play, throw across the diamond to Kay in time for out number 3. So again, the Tigers threaten but come up empty. No runs, no hits. They leave 2 men on. We go to the top of the 4th. Colonels lead 1-0. Nicholls to the plate next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Now batting in the cleanup position, Jenny King, the king of clean. Tiger fans, Janney King is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and even more proud to provide you, the players, and every fan that comes to a game here with a healthy stadium that has been cleaned by our team of professionals. Let us clean and disinfect your business. Go to JannyKingCleans.com now. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janney King, the king of clean.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers!
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Moving along on this Tuesday night, we hit the top of the fourth inning. This inning brought to you by AccuTemp Services. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Text home run to 31996. Get your AC system checked from AccuTemp Services. Leading it off will be Austin Kane, the third baseman for the Colonels. Right-handed hitter. Thatcher Hurd continues. So far, 3 full innings of work. 60 pitches thrown so far. Here's the 1-0 off the end of the bat, lifted in the air towards second base as Dugas goes back into shallow right center by about 10 feet. He'll have it for out number 1. So Kane pops out to the Tigers' second baseman. We'll see Garrett Felix, the left fielder, 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout. 1 of 4 punch-outs for Thatcher Hurd tonight. Again, a 3 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run it was earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts so far. Left-handed hitter Felix sends this one foul towards the seats down the line and left, and it's 0-1. Your observation of Thatcher Hurd, your assessment of the start so far tonight.
Well, he keeps playing with fire. He's getting, this is the first inning. He gets the leadoff hitter out, but
pitch misses low, make it 1-1 to Felix.
I just think, the more you give the free passes and stay behind in counts and don't finish guys off when you get ahead, when you face, no disrespect to Nicholls, they're leading their conference. They've got a 4-game winning streak. This is a heck of a team as that pitch misses outside, but for ball 2. But when you face those really good teams in the SEC and you're counting on a guy like Thatcher Hurd, he's just got to be a little sharper in those outings. But the stuff's there. I mean, the potential's there, and there's a lot of good things to like about him.
2-1 misses outside. That'll make it 3-1 now to Felix. Thatcher was able to strike out back in the second inning. So again, some more action. Back up and throwing down in the right field bullpen for LSU with a pitch count now approaching 70. Here's the 3-1 bouncer towards the shortstop. Thompson coming in, gloves it, throw a little high, but got a big target over there. Jared Jones, the Bear, pulls it down for out number 2 on the 6-3 ground out. It'll be interesting to listen to, of course, number 1, the outcome of the game, but I'm sure Bill Franquez will talk to Jay Johnson, who really is high, has a lot of faith in Thatcher Hurd, to get his thoughts on his performance whenever it ends tonight. As Ordonez, the second baseman, comes to the plate, the first pitch a called strike, 0-1.
Well, and it probably sounds like I'm being very critical of the young man. I mean, he's a Tiger. I'm pulling for him as much as anybody, and the stuff is so good. That's why it's just a little perplexing at times, as why maybe the numbers don't match up what you see with your eyeballs.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Gets him ahead again, 0-2. Looking for strikeout number 5. Get the Tigers back in the dugout. The 0-2 pitch, and he does it. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Ordonez, and that will be strikeout number 5 on the night for Thatcher Hurd. So quick work by the Tigers starter here in the top of the 4th inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Tigers still trail 1-0. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Travinski, Jobert, and Jones after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
When you went car shopping, you meant business. You aced vehicle history searches and test drives. You out-salesmaned the salesman. Now you've got your wheels. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll have the info you need to get more for your future. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to speeding past financial challenges, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
1-0. Nicholls leads number 1 LSU here at the box on a Tuesday night. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Again, the inning brought to you by AccuTemp Services. Hayden Travinski will lead it off. Hit into a 5-4-3 double play back in the 2nd. First pitch from new pitcher Josh Mancuso misses outside, and it's 0-1. Second time Mancuso has faced the Tigers here in 2023. The 0-1 from the left-hander, swung on and fouled back into the screen. Travinski behind him, the count 0-2.
Yeah, you mentioned to me in the break, Mancuso got the start in the April 4th game against LSU, through an inning, gave up a hit, no runs. Mancuso's making his 15th appearance of the year.
The 0-2, a breaking ball inside to the right-hander, misses for ball 1.
He's got a 5.62 ERA. He's 2-1 on the year. 16 innings pitched, gave up 10 earned runs, 7 walks, 23 strikeouts. It's a mid-80s fastball.
The 1-2, Travinski hits foul towards the seats down the line and left, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And it's fastball, curveball. He's a 2-pitch guy. The curveball's more of a slurve. It's a big slurve that he throws really 50-50 on the fastball and the curveball.
The 1-2 off the end of the bat, foul again into the screen. Count remains 1-2. A little context here. Buzzy, you and I were talking before the game. In the first meeting on April 4th, Nicholls had battled quite hard the weekend before. In fact, had a 19-inning game on Friday. That weekend before, Mancuso got the start, but they were very thin from a pitching standpoint. Here's the 1-2, and misses low and inside. That'll even the count 2-2. And we were told before that game, hey, this is going to be really piecing it together tonight from a pitching standpoint. Mancuso got the start. 2-2, again hit foul off the bat of Travinski. A fastball offering from the left-hander. It's now 2-2. That was the first thing they told us we got here today. Hey, look, we had a fairly easy weekend, comparatively speaking, to the first time we played. So the pitching plan obviously different, as the 2-2 again fouled off by Travinski, keeps the count even.
Well, look, back in 2009, they beat us in a weekday 3-1, and they threw 9 different pitchers. They're on their 4th pitcher of the night, and it's not even through 4 innings. Maybe they're going with the same recipe.
Fastball low and inside at the ankles will fill the count now to Travinski. Hayden at the plate, Jobert on deck, Jared Jones waiting in the wings. Tigers down 1-0. Only 1 hit so far tonight for this LSU offense. Payoff pitch to Travinski. Stays alive, got a piece, slow roller to the first base dugout. Still 3-2. And of course, the big storyline coming in tonight. The Tigers without Tommy White at third, without Trey Morgan in left or first. as Travinski launches one. Left center field going back. Toops at the wall, makes a jump, and makes the grab for the second steal of the game.
Wow.
Above the Assurance Financial sign, he went up fully extended and takes away what would have been an extra base hit for Hayden Travinski. Unbelievable. Fourth great defensive play by the Colonels here tonight.
I mean, just an incredible play by the center fielder, Wes Toops, out of Thibodaux, Louisiana. You can't do it any better. I thought he made a heck of a play, and he did on Cruises in the first. That one topped it, and Travinski kept running like he thought maybe there wasn't an out call, and it looks like Jay Johnson's now he's gonna call for a challenge, as if maybe Toops trapped that ball on the wall, that he didn't catch it cleanly.
Yeah, it looked like at the last moment he had the glove extended and open, but now watching that first replay, it appeared that he might have trapped it against the wall, and that's again why Travinski kept running. And then I'm sure Hayden told coach, that's why I was running, because I think he may have trapped it up against the wall. Let's see. Catch. The glove is open. No, he caught it right into the webbing.
I think it's a clean catch.
An incredible play by Toops. Second big one of the day. He's put his sizzle reel together here tonight.
Well, and we talked about it. We've seen as good a plays, outfield plays, center field play in particular, over the last dozen years with some of the guys, Stevenson and all these great players, Cruz over this year and over the last few years. You're not going to see a better play, in my opinion, than that play by Toops that he just made up against that wall, going up on a ball driven to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark, and keep, just everything, concentration, up against the wall, having to leap. A lot of things could go wrong there, and he did everything right.
Second review of the game presented by Acme Oyster House, and they're still inside discussing things with the replay in Birmingham, and now they're on their way out. We'll get a call. Out. So the play is confirmed, call is confirmed, and it'll be the first out of the inning. Again, Wes Toops, he wants to play baseball from beyond. Nicholls, he certainly is putting a great reel together to get some interest. Great play against Dylan Cruz in right center, this time left center. Goes up and steals one from Hayden Travinski. That'll bring Braden Jobert to the plate. We'll get back to action. Curveball from Mancuso, a called strike, and it's 0-1. Jobert had a base hit back in the second, right up the box. Left stranded at second base when the Tigers had a threat. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball. This time Jobert swings, lifts it into shallow left field. The only man who can make a play is the shortstop, and going out and making it, Parker Cadu. They had Felix playing way over in left center field. He was nowhere close to that play. It was down to Austin Kane, the third baseman, and Parker Cadu, the shortstop, who ran a flat mile to get to it. Able to reach up over the shoulder, grab it, hold on as he came down to the grass. And another fantastic defensive play by the Colonels tonight. And it's the second out of the inning.
It's been impressive to watch, defensively on the infield. You know what they're doing in the outfield with the plays that Toops is making, but they're getting to the baseball and they're squeezing when it gets in that glove.
Incredible play. Here's Jared Jones with 2 outs. First pitch missing, ball 1. The 1-0 swung on, fouled out of play right side. Colonels will have Kane playing near the line at third. Cadu deep in the hole at short. And Ordonez, the second baseman, left of the second base bag against the right-handed hitting Jared Jones, a .342 average. The 1-1 stayed away from a breaking ball. They appeal down to first. Michael Summers says no, he did not go around, and it's 2-1. 1-0. Nicholls leading here. 1 run on 3 hits. Tigers so far just 1 hit tonight. And that may change here, but it's foul down the line and left. Good slap by Jones, but just foul will leave in the count 2-2.
And if it wasn't for Toops and Cadu at shortstop and a host of others, they'd probably have 3 or 4 hits by this time.
2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jones. Off speed, looked good, but he gets the benefit of the call. That'll fill the count 3-2. It's a nice breaking ball from Mancuso again.
Yeah, it might have fooled everybody. It fooled Jones, might have fooled the home plate umpire as well.
2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 3-2. Called strike 3 with a fastball in the inside corner. Jones thought it was ball 4. So did Tiger fans. But between the defense and Mancuso's pitching here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Tigers come up empty-handed. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. Nicholls leading 1-0. We go to the top of the 5th here at the box on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original seasoning is Manda's strong side. But it's not Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it? Running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU. NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com.
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
1-0. Nicholls leading number 1 LSU. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Second meeting on the year. The Tigers run-ruled the Colonels 12-2 on April 4th, but a confident bunch coming into the box for a second time around. As we'll see a new pitcher, Riley Cooper, taking over for Thatcher Hurd, who I thought had a pretty good outing. Get the assessment from Jay Johnson following tonight's game. As Cooper sets up, first pitch missed low at the knees to Kalura, the catcher, and it's ball 1-0. Pitch to the left-hander. This time again, missed low at the knees. 2 balls, no strikes. Looks like the location's there across the plate. But home plate umpire Rob Slisher not buying the elevation. This one lifted in the air down the line, third base way. Joe Bear coming over, and the rolled up tarp separates him from the ball that lands in the 4th row, out of play. 2-1 now the count to Jaden Kalura, batting just 186 on the year. Had a sac fly RBI in the 2nd inning to get the Colonels on the board. The 2-1 back up the middle, comes off of Cooper. Now Dugas will have to go chase it down, and easily allowing Kalura to reach base. Looked like that maybe came off the lower leg of Cooper. Maybe got it with the glove, just couldn't get it cleanly, and went from the mound to right at second base. Dugas, though, initially going towards the middle of the field. No chance to make a play.
Tough luck, because that ball was not hit particularly hard. Thompson was shaded over, probably would have been able to make the play relatively easy.
There's a strike as Toops, number 9 hitter, tried to square and bunt. Couldn't come up with it. It's 0-1. Toops so far been the hero, one of the heroes defensively. He's made 2 spectacular plays in center field, one at the wall at right center, one at the wall in left center. As this pitch in the dirt from Cooper gets away from Travinsky, and that will put Kalura down to second base. So with nobody out, runner in scoring position now for the Colonels, and a 1-1 count to Wes Toops.
Yeah, pitch just 58-footer. That Travinsky wasn't able to slide over and get in front of, and Nicholls got a little something cooking.
Pitch to Toops. Reaches out with a bat, base hit into left field. Coming up with it now, throwing in quickly is Pearson. That will keep Kalura at third base.
Have a day, kid. Wow.
So Toops, 2 for 2 at the plate. 2 sensational plays in the field. Just went opposite field, deposited in shallow left. And now we're going to have Jay Johnson on his way out to the mound here with Cooper looking at runners first and third, nobody out as we turn it over to the top of the order, Parker Cadu. So it looks like, let's see what Jay, maybe a strategy session here.
Well, you got a right-hander. That's big Blake Money down in LSU's bullpen getting loose. And you've got right-hander number 20, Arturo Rodriguez, getting loose in the Nicholls Colonels bullpen.
Gives us a moment to give you the final line. Thatcher Hurd, 4 innings in the start tonight. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks to 5 strikeouts. Threw 69 pitches tonight, as Coach told us before the game was on a pitch count. So after the meeting, Cooper stays on the mound. Cadu comes to the plate. Runners first and third, nobody out. Nicholls leading tonight's game so far, 1-0. Pitch to the plate, and a foul tap off the end of the bat will make it 0-1 to Cadu, who earned a walk in the first inning to start the game. Was caught looking by Thatcher Hurd, one of his 5 strikeouts back in the third. Kalura at third, Toops at first. Now Cooper going to slow throw over to first. Keep an eye on Wes Toops. Toops, as Buzzy mentioned, 4 of 6 in stolen bases. The 0-1 pitch, fouled on what appeared to be a check swing, almost defensive swing that time by Cadu. And he falls behind in the count, 0-2. Warm spring, hot summer coming, but fans remember, whenever you're ready to cool it down, count on slow melt ice. Colder, cleaner, and longer lasting since 1997. Check them out at slowmeltice.com. 0-2 the count. Way outside, Travinski able to rope in the throw and decides on a delayed throw to second, but easily in to second base is Toops. Almost as if Hayden was thinking, do I have a chance? Maybe, maybe not. And then eventually fired the one hopper down to second base, but nowhere close in time.
Very impressed with Toops' instincts this whole game. I mean, obviously you could talk about the plays in center field, but even that play right there, sees the ball down in the dirt, brings the pressure to LSU.
Pitch misses low and away now to Cadu. Evens the count 2-2 now. Runners second and third, nobody out.
But that's a big swipe of second base as well, because it takes the double play out of order if you're LSU. They'll trade a run for an out.
Here's a line drive, soft liner to Dugas, who goes down to get it. Cadu will fly out to the second baseman for out number 1.
Big first out. Other than a strikeout, can't do much better than that. Getting the out. No runner able to advance or score.
At the plate of the Colonels, right fielder.
So runners stay put second and third. No chance to double them up. They did not leave the bag. That'll bring Zane Washington again 0 for 1. Strikeout victim to Hurd in the first inning. Aboard on a walk in the third. Again riding a 14-game hit streak. Right-handed hitter. Pitch from the left-hander Cooper, short of the plate, blocked up by Travinski, knocked it down. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, you would think with Kay on deck, who's only making his 4th start of the year, has limited at bats. I mean, this would be a situation where they pitch Washington really tough.
This pitch misses outside. Cooper misses with the off-speed delivery. It's 2-0.
Yeah, if he wants to get himself out, they'll let him do that. If he wants to chase something, but I don't see anything being given to Washington unless it's a mistake.
2-0. There's a strike at the knees, and again, a good job. The outer half of the plate. Not much he could do with that, even if he makes contact. It's 2-1. Kalura singled back to the pitcher, infield single. Toops single to left field. Toops eventually stealing second base, puts runners second and third after Cadu lined out to Dugas. 1 out. That one fouled off the bat of Washington. 2-2 the count. Nicholls tonight, 1 run on 5 hits. This one late swing, but got a piece, fouls it back into the screen and on the hands. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Washington. Tigers again just 1 hit so far tonight. Had been aboard by way of free pass, but No runs to show for it. Fastball from Cooper way outside. That'll fill the count 3-2. Kalura down at third. Toops on the single and stolen base down at second. One out. Payoff pitch to Washington. Again, fights it off, sends it foul behind us. 3-2.
A little surprised Cooper challenging Washington. Fastball up in the zone. Washington right on it, just fouled it straight back. It goes soft away here.
Here's another 3-2 pitch, and it's a ground ball, base hit into left off the bat of Washington. That will score Kalua. They send Toops in. Throw going to be cut off, and now Nicholls leads 3-0. 2 RBI single for Washington to extend his hit streak to 15 games, and with one out, it's a 3-run lead for the Colonels.
Yeah, they went right in the wheelhouse. I mean, fastball, inner half. I'm not saying that's where Coach Wes Johnson or Hayden Travinski wanted the pitch. I'm just telling you that's where it ended up, and that was, I mean, right in the breadbasket for Washington. Again, I thought they would go or soften away and try to get him to fish for something with K on deck. You know, you got first base open, but
well, again, they did that. Hurd was able to get him to chase in that first inning on a pitch slow and away. So Nicholls extends their lead. Still just one out. Washington at first. Jaden Kay at the plate. Off speed and outside. Ball one, 1-0. Well, if you thought Nicholls was coming over from Thibodeau for the prestige and a check, you were wrong. The 1-0 swung on, fouled into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Kay. Big spot for this young man, called upon with the injury to everyday first baseman Edgar Alvarez. Made some good plays at first base, dug some out of the dirt. The 1-1 off speed and way outside. 2-1 now. Again, Buzzy told you Blake Money was up on the bump, continuing to throw down for LSU in the bullpen.
Washington with 13 stolen bases down at first base.
2-1. Runner goes, but it's fouled into the screen. Evens the count 2-2.
Yeah, with the left-handed pitcher Cooper, that will stabilize the running game a little bit, but Washington kind of got a late secondary and then or lead off, I should say, and then went first move.
2-2. Jammed him. Little fly ball into shallow center field. Cruz on his horse coming in, and Cruz able to track it down. Ran a long way. Able to locate it quickly and get to the spot for the second out of the inning. Leaves a runner at first in Washington. We'll see Hunter LeBlanc. LeBlanc on the night. Ground ball out to first. And then a comebacker to the mound. Hurd able to knock it down and make the play in the third inning. Lefty on lefty matchup. The pitch from Cooper misses high. Ball 1.
Yeah, you would think Washington down at first base, if he can guess right on these sequence of pitches, I would look for him to get on his horse again and try to swipe second base.
The 1-0, swing and a miss. Big lead. That time Washington almost hung out to dry. Travinski, though, keeps the baseball in his hand, and it's a 1-1 count to LeBlanc. The 1-1 misses off the plate. 2-1.
Nicholls, as we told you, has a right-hander down in the bullpen. That's number 20, Rodriguez. They may be going with the pitcher an inning here, Chris. See if they can take a blueprint out of that 09 team.
2-1, swing and a miss. That time on the outer half. Fastball from Cooper got by him. It's 2-2 to LeBlanc.
LeBlanc out of Luling, Louisiana.
Runner at first, 2 down. The 2-2 pitch off the end of the bat, foul. LeBlanc stays alive.
We call that Luling, Donaldsonville, Lutcher, all that. That's all down the river, down the river. But if you're in Louisiana, Chris, I mean, you bound to be down the river at some point.
Somewhere, yeah.
There's a river everywhere you look.
2-2, breaking ball, swing and a miss. LeBlanc down on strikes. Cooper with his first Super 1 food strikeout to end it. However, the Colonels 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 man on. They now lead your Tigers 3-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ethan Fry, top of the order, Dugas and Pearson due up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hub International is Louisiana's premier employee benefits and commercial insurance brokerage. Hub can insure just about any risk that your business faces. Did you know Hub even insured the bonuses for our football coaches in 2022? Hub specializes in the construction, healthcare, real estate, and hospitality industries. Chances are you're probably already doing business with someone who does business with Hub. Turn to the agency that the Tigers, Saints, and Pelicans choose. Hub International. Visit them today at hubinternational.com.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Ethan Fry at the plate. New pitcher in for Nicholls, Arturo Rodriguez. And the first pitch to Fry, a called strike on the inner half. And it's 0-1. Fry, pretty good shot down the line in left, but another great defensive play by Garrett Felix back in the second inning. Able to make that play, and there's a swing and a miss. Fry down in the count, 0-2. Tigers down 3-0 here. Only one hit so far for this LSU offense. Rodriguez, the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Fry down on strikes. Breaking ball right underneath the bat. One down. Rodriguez fans the first batter he faces. Now to the top of the order, and Gavin Dugas.
Rodriguez making his 12th appearance of the year. He's 1-2 with a 5.6 ERA, 17 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 18 hits, 11 runs, 4 walks, and 16 strikeouts.
Strike to Dugas sets him up 0-1. Dugas tonight hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out to Austin Kane at third last time up. Fooled him with the off-speed pitch and a late swing. It's 0-2 to Dugas.
And Rodriguez's fastball, curveball, changeup. It's an upper 80s fastball, nothing crazy.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball, one that dropped down in the dirt. Swing and a miss, and there's 2 gone.
But that's the pitch that he throws a lot to righties. It's that 12-6 curveball. When you hear people talk about a slurvy curveball, that's more of a which you'd call maybe a 1 or 2 to 7 curveball, but that one is a 12-6, 12 o'clock on the clock to 6 o'clock. I mean, that thing is going straight down, and you see the first 2 hitters didn't have a prayer.
There's a fastball for a strike to make it 0-1 to Pearson. Pearson on the night 0-for-1, on board on a walk in the third inning, batting in the 2 spot tonight for Morgan. That pitch low and inside, evens it up 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now to the lefties, you'll see he'll go more changeups as his secondary pitch, but fastball changeup to lefties.
Missing low and outside, make it 2-1 to Pearson. Setting up outside, the pitch is hammered to right field. Coming over is Washington trying to cut it off. He does so as Pearson makes the wide turn. Throw coming into second. Josh will make his way to first. That throw actually got away from the shortstop Kadu, but not far enough. Pearson not willing to risk it. Wise move. So with 2 outs, Tigers get their second hit of the ball game. That'll bring Dylan Cruz to the plate. Cruz tonight robbed with an extra base hit by Toops on a leap out in right center back in the first inning, and then was hit by a pitch on the first offering in the third. So we'll see if Rodriguez wants to challenge Mr. Cruz. Runner on, now time called as Kalura, the catcher, wants to go out and visit with Arturo on the mound.
A nice job on that last at-bat by Pearson. He drives that ball to right field, and he busted out of the box hard, and he's trying everything to get to second base as Washington makes a good play, throws it into second on a line, but Pearson thought double right out of the box and then let his eyes tell him what to do, and he obviously held up with Cruz on deck. One swing can make this a one-run ball game.
First pitch down in the dirt, breaking ball missing. 1 ball, no strikes to Cruz. Cruz 11 home runs, 50 career home runs, now 6th best in LSU history. There's a strike on the outside corner. And the breaking ball, 1-1. So Cruz now sees the curve. Rodriguez, the 1-1. There's a strike at the knees. Boy, oh boy, that one looked a little low. Cruz didn't like it. But he'll regrip with a 1-2 count. Two down.
It was a good pitch, 88-mile-an-hour fastball. I think Cruz may have been looking for that 12-6 curveball.
See if he gets it here. The 1-2. Missed down low. Off speed, 2-2.
Yeah, he did get it. And tip your hat to Rodriguez. That's what you got to do, 1-2. I'd even go 2-2. I mean, such a good hitter in Cruz that you can maybe get this thing to 3-2. I mean, just empty the tank here.
Runner at first, 2 down. 2-2 pitch to Cruz. Foul down the third base line, off the swing. Still 2-2 the count. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your home for LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball. The LSU Sports Radio Network. And streaming on the LSU Sports mobile app.
Cruz swings, sends one high in the air, left center field. Tupsno coming over, plenty of room, waits on it. He'll have it for out number 3. So the Tigers, no runs. 1 hit, 1 man left on. We played 5 full innings at the box. 3-0. Nicholls leads the Tigers. Top of the 6th coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit solarsupplyluxair.com to learn about working with Luxair.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Straddling the mighty Mississippi between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Ascension Parish is Louisiana's sweet spot for a perfect weekend stopover, shop-over stay. Shop at Tanger Outlet's 60-plus designer and brand name stores. Tour fabulous Homa's House, Mansion, and Gardens. Visit Sugar-Filled Spirits Distillery, known for its unique spirits, wines, and ciders made from real local ingredients and flavors, or so many other interesting nearby attractions. Just a half hour east of Baton Rouge's Tiger Stadium and 1 hour west of New Orleans. Ascension Parish, your Baton Rouge to New Orleans stopover, shop-over spot. For more info, check out lasweetspot.com.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Number 1 LSU trailing Nicholls 3-0 our score. We head to the top of the 6th inning here at Alec Box Stadium. Tigers midweek action here at home. Start of a 4-game homestand. Welcome in Alabama Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then go on the road for the midweek next week at Southeastern Louisiana. Colonels come to the plate. Austin Kane, the third baseman, single and scored in the 2nd, popped out to Dugas at 2nd back in the 4th inning as Sam Dutton takes over on the mound for LSU. And the 3rd pitcher of the night for Jay Johnson, and Wes Johnson facing Austin Kane for the first time tonight. First delivery, curveball in for a strike. That's really been Dutton's great pitch here of late. He's really dialed that in, gets ahead early, 0-1. Kane, 301 his average now so far tonight. Swing and a miss. way out in front of that one off speed. It's 0-2.
Dutton making his 10th appearance of the year. He has a 6.75 ERA, 9 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 16 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts.
The 0-2 pitch, ground ball, waiting on it. Joe Bear, he'll glove it at third, throw to first, and a good throw and a nice extension by Jones to get the speedy Kane for out number 1. We'll bring Garrett Felix, 0 for 2, the left fielder tonight. Fans just like the winning lineup. Cintas has the all-star services for all your business needs, everything from uniforms to kitchens, restroom solutions. Get ready for the workday with Cintas. Of course, later tonight, the Cintas player of the game. First pitch from Dutton, going to miss a little low with a fastball. Again at 93, it's 1-0. Dutton, another one that really could factor down the stretch here for LSU. 1-0 pitch, popped up in the air. Dylan Cruz having to go back. Gets there in time, waits on it, gloves it, 2 down.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. Dutton, his last few outings has been very good, and you can see maybe that confidence starting to really roll. And guy out of the bullpen that LSU is counted on and will count on as they make their final trek down the stretch.
Ordonez steps in, 2 down here, top of the 6th. Nicholls leading 3-0. First pitch from Dutton, outside, missing ball 1, 1-0. Again, I go back to this weekend. Just the job of the 3 weekend starters, Skeens, Floyd, and Little, gives you optimism. There's the 1-0. There's a strike on the inside corner. Nice delivery by Dutton, evens it up 1-1. Not as though they haven't pitched well all year, but when you look at the stat line and that pitching line from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's what you're looking for, the 1-1. Breaking ball in for a strike at the knees. Dutton gets ahead 1-2.
Well, we know offensively what this team is, but defensively and pitching will keep you in every ball game. I mean, it's the old adage, but you see tonight what Nicholls is doing. They're staying in this ball game because they're playing defense.
Swing and a miss. Stravinsky has to pick the ball up. Will throw to first, and Jones holds on with a snow cone in the top of the glove to get the speedy Ordonez at first base. Close play, but 3 up, 3 down for the Colonels there in the top of the 6th inning. Great job by Sam Dutton on the mound with some defense backing him up. Tigers come to the plate down 3 runs, 3-0. They trail. Beloso, Thompson, and Travinsky due up when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's 4 a.m. Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you.
Bring it
Don't
back
text
after
and
this.
drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Cade Beloso leads it off for LSU. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, they trail Nicholls 3-0. Arturo Rodriguez out for his 2nd inning of work after coming in relief. Beloso with a 2-0 count takes a pitch inside, called strike. 2-1 now. Beloso 0 for 2, couple of flyouts to right field. This time he will drive one deep down the line in right, and this ball is gone. Beloso with home run number 8. Had 2 solo shots over the weekend. Give him another here in the midweek, and the Tigers are on the board. They cut the lead 3-1.
Well, I feel like Belloso's been flirting all night, Chris. He hit the ball, what was that, back in the first inning that was up against the wall. I felt like he pulled a few balls down by the hitting facility down the right field line, just kept it foul. He finally kept that one fair, but he's been taking good swings all night. Finally just timed it up perfectly, and maybe that'll be the thing that gets this Tiger offense going tonight.
See if Belloso indeed is the spark plug here as Thompson stands in, nobody out. Solo home run makes it 3-1. First pitch, Thompson. He takes a big swing. He fouls it out of play right side. Tigers now with 3 hits on the night. That one the loudest of all. Pitch to Thompson, the 0-1. Look out. Almost caught him right on the batting helmet. 1-1. The 1-1 swung on again. Fouled it back into the screen. You may be tuning in right now, saying to yourself, did Chris just say it's 3-1 Nicholls in the bottom of the 6th inning? A couple of different storylines from the first meeting between these two teams. Here's the 1-2 to Thompson, and he will send one down the line and left, just over the reaching arm of Kane at third. It's into the corner. Thompson around first, and he will have a stand-up double. His 9th double of the year, and the Tiger bats coming alive here against Arturo Rodriguez in his 2nd inning of work.
A lot of times the Tigers will score in bunches. They don't have to get them all back now. Certainly won't. We won't say anything if they do, but Belloso's homer got the spark going. Thompson stays on one to left field, hits a missile down there, and Tigers got something cooking again. 3-1 here.
Mike Silva now, the coach for the Colonels. Slow walk out to the mound. Again, he's got a right-hander that appears ready, and he will make the call. So the Colonels will send Rodriguez to the dugout. 3-1 game. Thompson at second base, nobody out. Hayden Travinski coming to the plate. New right-hander coming in for the Colonels. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. 3-1, Colonels lead. Tigers, though, coming alive. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, don't miss out on the latest John Deere deals from Sunshine. Ask us about tractor packages with 0% financing available. From Alex Box Stadium to your own backyard, the grass is always greener behind the wheel of a John Deere. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends May 28, 2023.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all new, all awesome perks. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors. Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
3-1. Colonels lead over LSU, but the Tigers get on the board with a Cade Belloso solo home run to open up the bottom of the 6th inning. Jordan Thompson would step in, double down the left field line. He's at second base, nobody out. Hayden Travinski at the plate. Harper Jordan, new pitcher for the Colonels, in the first pitch outside. They appeal to first. Travinski stayed back, and it's 1-0.
Harper Jordan making his 13th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 with a 2.18 ERA. Does have a save. 20 2/3 inning, giving up 20 hits, 5 runs, 9 walks, and 12 strikeouts.
There's a strike to Travinski at the knees, making 1 ball and 1 strike. That first meeting between Nicholls and LSU, the Colonels used 8 pitchers. Only one of those in the first game we've seen tonight, Mancuso. The rest have all been the normal arms for the Colonels. Here's a swing and a miss by Travinski. Trying to hit the scoreboard, comes up empty, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Also tonight, Tigers without Tommy White and Trey Morgan in the lineup. Again, just precautionary, trying to give them a little extra day of rest, get healthy for an SEC weekend starting on Friday against Alabama. Runner at second, the 1-2. Slider misses outside from Harper, and it's 2-2 now to Travinski. So a little different than in the first meeting. Also got to credit the Colonels with some great defensive plays tonight, but nobody could make a play on that Beloso home run to right. 2-2 to Travinski. Stays away again from the slider. Good eye. And it's 3-2. Jay Johnson said last night on his radio show in the top of the 9th in Oxford on Sunday, he told Hayden, they're going to throw you sliders. You're only swinging if it starts on your shoulder. He did on Sunday. 3-2. Stays away on a pitch low in the zone. Ball 4. So with nobody out, that'll put Travinski at first and runners first and second. And we'll see Braden Jobert.
Yeah, that's a good take by Travinski. That pitch by Jordan, he'll sink his fastball. It's not an overpowering fastball. He's an upper 80s fastball, but it's got some sink to it, meaning it'll run down and into a right-handed hitter or down and away from a left-handed hitter, and then the slider is what he goes to. So that can be difficult when he's sinking that fastball in on you and then working that slider away from you as a right-handed hitter. Very good discipline by Travinski of laying off the sliders away and then that fastball down and in.
So now Braden Jobert to the plate. Batting .302, had a single back in the second, and this pitch going to hit him. So Harper offers the first pitch and loads the bases with nobody out. Danger zone for the Colonels, who had played so spectacular, had gotten solid pitching, great defense, a couple of key at-bats. But now, leading by just 2 runs, bases are loaded. We'll see Jared Jones, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He also hit by a pitch in the second and was caught looking in the 4th inning. So that's the 3rd hit batter of the night for LSU. Keeps adding to their totals. Now have 89 hit by pitch on the year. Bases loaded. Harper fires, and the breaking ball misses inside. 1-0 to Jones. Thompson followed Beloso's solo home run with a double down the line and left. Travinski aboard on a walk, and then Jobert hit by a pitch. Now we got time, as it appears Mike Silva coming out. Wants a word with home plate umpire Rob Slisher. And I think he wants to ask, can he go out and visit? And he will make his way to the mound. He may be making a change here after second thoughts with Harper throwing to Jones in this situation. He has not made a call to the bullpen yet. They do have 2 right-handers warming.
Yeah, number 17, Gavin Galley, is one of the right-handers. Got to get a number on the other one, Chris.
Meeting still continuing on the mound. Looks like the other is number 38, Nicholls Formaggio, another right-hander. But again, a little extended meeting there, and they'll keep Jordan Harper on the mound to face Jared Jones after Coach Silva. Now maybe just some strategy for the infield with the bases loaded and nobody out. Colonels holding on to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Jones batting .339. Pitch misses inside. Move it to 2 balls, no strikes. Jones again hit by a pitch, was caught looking in the 4th inning.
Still important if you're Jones to make sure you get a pitch, even though it's 2-0, that you can handle.
Off the outside corner, they'll say caught the corner for strike 1.
That's okay, and that's the point I'm making. At 2-0, you don't want to chase a pitcher's pitch, and that definitely was a pitcher's pitch. That was a good take, I thought, from Jones.
2-1 to Jarrett. Breaking ball didn't break enough, missed inside, just below the belt. Move the count now 3-1 with the bases loaded, nobody out. Thompson at 3rd, Travinski at 2nd, Braden Jobert at 1st base. 3-1, Colonels lead, bottom of the 6th inning. Three-1. Called strike at the knees. Fills the count. The fastball from Harper able to find the strike zone. It's now 3-2.
And again, I'm okay with that take as well. As when you get into a hitter's count, bases loaded, you want to drive, get a pitch you can handle.
3-2, misses outside. They'll walk in a run. Coming in to score will be Jordan Thompson. So the double pays dividends for the Tigers. It's a one-run game now. 3-2, Nicholls on top. Bases still loaded. Nobody out. And Ethan Fry to the plate. The freshman batting in the 9 spot, playing right field. Flied out to left in the 2nd. Strikeout victim in the 5th inning.
Now, I did think that was a gutsy take from Jones on 3-2. That pitch, I did think it was off the plate, but it wasn't off by much. But drives in the run with the walk nonetheless.
So now they will come out and make a change. Mike Silva on his way, made the motion to the bullpen. Get a pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Tigers down a run. They have no outs. Bases loaded. Here at the bottom of the 6th, freshman Ethan Fry will face the new Colonel pitcher when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
It's good to be able to make a change, to never feel stuck. That's why at Cox, we're making a change too. Now Cox Internet plans are flexible, so you can choose to just go with Internet, add TV tomorrow, or home automation down the line. It's easier than ever to get just what you want and nothing you don't. Flexible plans from Cox. Change anytime. No commitments, no penalties. See for yourself at cox.com/internet. Additional services can be added at then current regular rates. All services subject to residential customer service agreement and acceptable use policy. Restrictions apply.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger Athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers!
Tiger fans, with awesome John Deere deals by Sunshine, you'll never strike out. Ask us about tractor packages with 0% financing available. When you're looking for excellent products to help you get the job done, look no further than Sunshine Quality Solutions. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends May 28, 2023.
To the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Drama building here in Alex Box Stadium on this Tuesday night. Colonels of Nicholls playing the Tigers for the 2nd time this year. Lost the first meeting 12-2 back on April 4th. Tonight took an early lead, 3-0. Tigers get on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. Kate Beloso led it off with a solo home run down the right field line. Jordan Thompson followed with a double. Travinsky walked. Jobert hit by a pitch. Jared Jones walked with the bases loaded. Makes it a 3-2 game. Still nobody out. Nico Saltaformaggio takes over on the mound for the Colonels. The right-hander face Ethan Fry, the right-handed hitter. First pitch to Ethan. Down in the dirt, missing ball 1-0. Ethan, by the way, flied out to left in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th.
Saltaformaggio is making his 18th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 4.31 ERA. He's got 2 saves.
The 1-0 to Fry. Off speed and a strike at the belt, 1-1.
He's in 31 and a third innings pitched, giving up 31 hits, 17 runs, 15 of them earned, 10 walks, and 27 strikeouts. Going to be 88 to 91 miles an hour. Going to be fastball slider.
The 1-1 strike on the outside corner, bell tie. Fry a little surprised, but down in the count now 1-2. Colonel defense, by the way, Buzzing, has Kane, the third baseman, and Jaden Kay, the first baseman, just off the infield cut at the corners.
Yeah, they want to cut that run down.
Here's the 1-2, ground ball, going to be snagged by Ordonez at second. Bobbled it momentarily, eventually gets the throw to second base. But coming in to score will be Travinsky, and the Tigers have tied it up. And we'll leave runners first and third now with just one out in the inning. That was a great hit by Fry that Ordonez had to move quickly. He was playing near second base, had to come over to his left, go to a knee, bobbled it momentarily, but eventually got it off to Cadu to get the first out of the inning. But the Tigers do tie it up 3-3. Still threatening here with Gavin Dugas coming to the plate. Runners first and third for LSU.
That was a situation where not playing double play depth, the shift cost Nicholls there.
First pitch to Gavin, swung on in the air, right field. Washington coming over near the line in fair territory will make the grab. Tagging up and coming in to score will be Braden Jobert for the first time tonight. The Tigers lead 4-3 on the sac fly RBI from Gavin Dugas, who drives in his 34th run of the year.
Well, as I said when Beloso hit the homer, you don't have to get them all back in one inning, but if you want to get them all back, we're not going to argue with you. We're not going to be disappointed. Tigers come all the way back, and you said it, Chris, take the first lead of the ball game.
Ethan Fry remains at first base. Man on. And Josh Pearson at the plate. Runner goes. The throw down to second is off the mark. And sliding in safely will be Ethan Fry with a stolen base. His first of the year. First as a Tiger. And with two outs, that puts a runner in scoring position. And it looks like maybe the Colonels. The throw was right of second base. The argument being made by Ordonez that after he got the ball, he tagged Pearson before he began his slide. And it looks like Nicholls wants the umpiring crew to go take a look at it here. So we'll go under review for the third time, presented by Acme Oyster House. That was my first fear, is that when Kalura threw the ball to second, it was nowhere close to the bag. However, when Ordonez got it, he had just begun his slide. I stand corrected. But the throw brought Ordonez over near the leg of Fry, who says he made the tag, but although it looked like the left hand was already at second base. Looked like a good call that time by Eddie Newsom, veteran SEC umpire. So we'll see. They'll take a look.
Yeah, that's the replay. Well, you know, nowadays the replay where the naked eye, I mean, he's safe. The ball doesn't really beat him. It's up the line. But because you have replay, there's a chance that he could be out where that wouldn't even be a play that anybody would think about replay, I guess is my point. Even if you had it 20 years ago, I don't think a coach would even think about replaying that, because it looks like he was so safe. But I understand why they went to it, as it's closer than you think when you really break it down and go frame by frame.
Well, I know Eddie Newsom, as I said, a veteran of SEC umpiring, and he was in perfect position. He was kind of between Ordonez and Pearson in front of the second base bag, and was right there on it, and was pretty solid in his call, safe at second base. So again, we're under review. We'll find out if anything changes. There's two outs here in the bottom of the sixth. LSU now leads 4-3. Of course, I can't say that I blame Coach Silva for at least taking a look at it, because again, there is a possibility based on where the ball was thrown and where Ordonez was sitting when he took the baseball, that he may have been able to get the leg before Fry reached second base. But we'll wait and see. This one taking a little longer than I thought it would, which always gets me a little nervous.
Well, you made a good point. Last time we did a game, partner, you said that same thing. When they go in there and they don't come right back out in a decent time frame, there's a reason for that, and they're trying to really break it down. Although, you know, it was tough to see if the tag was made, you know, the camera angle. That's always something that they don't have a great camera angle. It's hard to get the perfect view.
So they come out, and the ruling is they'll say he's out. So they overturn the call. So the Colonels with a good challenge, and they win it. So they must have had another angle we were not privy to for out number 3. That'll end it. But LSU strikes for 4 runs on 2 hits, highlighted by a solo home run from Cade Beloso. And they take the lead, 4-3 over the Colonels. We move now to the top of the 7th inning. 4-3 Tigers lead on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Plus, right now, Trane is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TraneSouth.com to find a local Trane dealer today. It's hard to stop a train. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here at the box on a Tuesday night. LSU now leads 4-3. Colonels come to the plate, leading it off. Will be the catcher, Jaden Kalura. New pitcher on the mound for the Tigers. Bryce Collins will take over. Sam Dutton with a good inning of work. The pitching tonight has been strong. I'm sure Jay Johnson's been pleased with it overall. Here's the 1-0 to Kalura. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Bryce Collins getting loose down in LSU's bullpen.
2-0 delivery. This one going to be popped foul, out of play. And Dutton continues his work after the Tigers, I thought, got a solid outing from Thatcher Hurd. Much needed solid outing. And Nicholls able to put the bat on the ball. They've got 3 runs on 6 hits. Biggest inning was the top of the 5th where they played at 2 runs. 2-1 the count. Kalura waits. His fastball misses outside from Dutton. That'll make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Kalura, the catcher, 1 for 1 tonight. And there's a strike at the belt. That'll fill it up now, 3-2. Not sure that the Nicholls bullpen has shut down at all this evening. They've had at least 1, sometimes 2 up in the pens. This one launched opposite field to left. Pearson coming over near the line, got a great jump, gets to it in time for out number 1. Excellent play by Pearson in the field for the first out of the inning, so Kalura retired. That will bring Wes Toops, who's had a heck of a night to say the least. Played great defense in center, also 2 for 2, a couple of singles, and scored one of those 2 runs in the 5th frame.
Yeah, he's been a spark plug for the Colonels tonight. Probably saved 2 or 3 runs at least in center field with the defensive plays.
Out in front of this one. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Left-hander down in the count. Here's the 0-1 from Dutton, and it's short of the plate. Gets away from Travinsky. Evens a count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fans, visit your local Kubota dealer. See why Kubota, the #1 rated reliable tractor under 100 horsepower in the US of A. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for the nearest Kubota dealer. There's a swing and a miss. Toops again fooled on a pitch dropped off. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tigers 4 runs, 4 hits. Leading 4-3. Here's the 1-2. Inside for ball 2, 2-2. Jay told me before the game, Buzzy, he said, hey, look, we're going to give Tommy the night off, get him 100%, give Trey 100% to get that wrist feeling better. 2-2 pitch in the air, foul territory, left field way. Pearson again running, gets to the bullpen and just couldn't get to it. Had to run, got no help from the Colonels who were sitting on the bench. None of them wanted to move as he went into the fray and just couldn't get his glove on it.
Yeah.
So that will keep Toops alive with a 2-2 count.
There was a lot going on over there. There was, a lot of Colonels, water bottles, bench coming into play, and Pearson almost made the play just a difficult.
A lot of things to navigate over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a glove on it, couldn't hold on. This time Toops skies one, shallow right center field, and now the wind carried it back to center field. Cruz is waiting on it. Gloves it for out number 2.
Well, you mentioned, Chris, about giving Tommy White the night off, Trey Morgan, get those guys healthy, and probably could play if not that this game doesn't mean anything, right? But I mean, obviously the SEC games are more important than the midweek games. But if there's a game you want to sit out and get rested, it is the midweek games, and want to get those guys back to full strength. We know how vital they are to the LSU team.
Top of the order, Parker Cadu trying to lay down a bunt, but it's fouled down the third base line. It'll be 0-1. Well, Jay's point was he really was excited to see this different lineup for LSU. Again, guys who have been integral so far this year in spots. Pearson, of course, who we mentioned, made a great play for the first out of the inning and left. Got Ethan Fry, who is going to have a great career here at LSU, getting to start in right field. The 0-1 lifted again down the line and left. Pearson coming over on the run and into the second row, out of his reach, out of play as it bounces back onto the field. But it will now be 0-2 to Parker Cadu. He really was. He said, I want to see how these guys react. And you look back to this past weekend, you can say it a bunch of times. I mean, Hayden Travinsky called upon. He started game 2 and then pinch hit in game 3. Got the eventual winner with the 3-run homer. And I hear Jay say it all the time. Got to give this guy some opportunities. And it just so happens tonight they were able to. Pitch misses. It'll be 1-2 now to Cadu. 2 outs here. Dunn trying to get the Tigers back in the dugout with a 4-3 lead. Keep it that way. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Comes back with a hard fastball at 94. Down on strikes goes Cadu as Dunn records his second Super One Food strikeout in relief. So in order go the Colonels, 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. Time to stretch it out at the box. LSU leading 4-3. Looking for more. They'll have Pearson, Cruz, and Beloso due up when we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
My husband had a gun. Him and his friends would go shooting. The ammunition, unfortunately, was not stored separately. In a million years, we never thought that Emily could. There's a hole in our family that can never, ever be filled.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. With safe gun storage, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Josh Pearson to get it started in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers now leading 4-3. It's Pearson on the night 1 for 2. Salta Formaggio misses a little high. 2 balls, no strikes to Pearson. And a single back in the 5th inning. 2-0 pitch. Letter high fastball called strike, and it's 2-1. The Tigers down 3-0. Plated 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Started off by Cade Beloso with a solo home run. Here's a foul tap off the bat of Pearson. Moves the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers 4 runs, 4 hits. Left 6 men on base. For Nicholls, 3 runs on 6 hits, 4 men left on. As this one fouled out of play left side off the bat of Pearson. Keeps the count 2-2. Tiger fans get ready to taste victory with a Victory Grill from Barbecue Guys. Get your Victory Grill today. Become a backyard barbecue champ. Only at bbqguys.com. Stays away. The pitch missing outside. That'll fill the count. Tigers just staying with the plan. Eventually got the big inning there in the 5th, or rather 6th. Breaking ball called strike 3. Pearson thought it was in on the hands, but Salta Formaggio able to paint that inner part of the plate. Get his first strikeout in relief. So with 1 down, we'll see Dylan Cruz.
Yeah, I think Pearson didn't want to believe it was a strike. Maybe tried to trick the umpire, but in his mind he thought, that was probably too close to take. I'm going to see if I can't maybe trick home plate umpire, and he wasn't able to.
First delivery to Cruz, a fastball at the knees at 91 miles an hour. Gets Salta Formaggio ahead, 0-1. Pitch to Dillon. Little bouncer back to the mound. Handled by Salta Formaggio. Throws to first. Cruz retired for the 2nd out of the inning. And that will bring Cade Beloso, who got it all started there in the bottom of the 6th inning. Led off the solo home run. His 8th of the year. The Tigers took the cue from Cade. Thompson followed with a double. Eventually would load the bases. Nicholls got into the biggest jam of the night, and the Tigers able to make them pay. First pitch to Beloso. This time misses inside with the breaking ball, and it's 1-0. There's a strike at the belt. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, Buzzy, earlier in the game, you talked about what it takes. And you know, because you were a part of one, a championship team. Contributors up and down the roster. Breaking ball misses. 2-1 now to Beloso. Cade certainly has weaved his way into the fabric of this team and has been so important. The 2-1 fastball inner half evens a count 2-2, and he's just one of the many you could point to this year that has been such an asset to Jay Johnson and the #1 Tigers. 2-2 lifted in the air, left center field. Coming over will be Felix, and it will find its way into the glove for out number 3. So the Tigers go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. 4-3. Tigers lead on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers! Hey, Baton Rouge, don't go to just settle for boring old frozen pizza for dinner. Head over to Fat Boys Pizza, where size matters. Come check out their large pies that measure 30 inches across, but the number scarcely does it justice. When you see their 30-inch pie, your whole world got smaller, and your idea of pizza got bigger. From delicious pizza choices, chicken wings, garlic knots, and so much more, stop by Fat Boys Pizza, located on Nicholson Drive in Baton Rouge, or visit them online at eatfatboyspizza.com. NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
St. Washington will lead it off for the Colonels here as we move to the top of the 8th inning on a Tuesday night with the Tigers leading 4-3. First delivery to Washington, in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Sam Dutton continues, starts his third inning of work tonight in relief. The 0-1 slapped by Washington, his second hit of the night. Into left field it goes. Again, already extending that hit streak to 15 straight games. And Washington aboard to start things here in the top of the 8th for the Colonels. Again, Dutton back out there on the mound. Tigers still have action in Bryce Collins down in the bullpen.
Pinch hitting for Nicholls, number 34, Gerardo.
Pinch hitter coming in, Gerardo Villarreal, who appeared in the first meeting between these two teams, a junior out of Laredo, Texas, out of Indian Hills Community College. Runner at first, nobody out. Dutton, the right-hander, now working from the stretch. Turns and fires to first to keep an eye on Washington, who's got 13 stolen bases out of 14 tries this year. Villarreal, by the way, was 0 for 3. Did drive in a run in that first meeting, one of 2 runs the Colonels scored back on April 4th. First pitch from Dutton, breaking ball outside, and it's 1-0. Villarreal batting .298 on the years. Plenty of at-bats. This is his 105th plate appearance. There's a strike on the outer half off speed. Nicely done by Dutton. Even it up 1-1.
Villarreal, the junior out of Laredo, Texas. Transfer out of Indian Hills Community College.
Runner at first, a 1-1 count. Pitch from Dutton. Look good. They'll say just missed. Villarreal able to hold back, and it's now 2 balls, 1 strike.
Washington got good speed down at first base with the 13 stolen bases.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Even count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Washington led off with the single, his second hit of the night. He's 2 for 3. Stands at first. Villarreal, the pinch hitter, facing a 2-2 count. Dutton takes his time with 2 on the pitch clock. He fires, and it's a foul ball right side above the first base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count remains. Runner at first, and now Dutton will throw over. Washington slides back. Good move that time by Sam. But back safely is Washington. And certainly a threat early in the game. Colonel's very aggressive on the base pad. Another quick throw over. This time Washington back without a tag attempt. Still 2-2. The count to Villarreal.
How about a pitch down in the zone here, Chris? Turn a little double play. Hadn't had one of those tonight.
Another quick throw over to first. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the plate. And just missing. Villarreal fouls it back into the screen. Still 2-2. Runner at first, nobody out. 4-3 LSU leads. Pitch to Villarreal, low and away. That'll fill the count 3-2.
Gavin Galley, right-hander for the Colonels, still continuing to get loose. You got another right-hander. We'll get you a name and a number here shortly.
Dutton looks in. Payoff pitch. Hit on the hands and sent foul. Jones going to give chase, but it's out of his reach. Down the line in shallow right. Still 3-2.
Actually, left-hander, that's number 43, Alexander Lanus, getting loose. There was actually 3 guys throwing down there, Chris. I didn't know there was that many mounds down in the bullpen, but you said it best. They had a host of Colonels all game down there. That hadn't had a break.
Another foul off the bat of Villarreal, who is engaged in a battle here with Sam Dutton with nobody out and a runner on. Late in this contest, top of the 8th inning, 4-3 LSU leads. Here's another payoff pitch. Runner goes, ground ball, base hit into left field. Washington around second, slowed up momentarily, but now will make his way standing up to third. So Villarreal with a great pinch hit at bat. Battled a 2-2 count, then a 3-2 count, and eventually gets the base hit to left field. That's the 8th hit of the night for the Colonels, and Jay Johnson now on his way out to the mound. Again, Dutton started the 2nd inning of work, but that may be all. Or started his 3rd inning, I should say. And they will make a change. So, I think Bryce Collins coming in, no outs. Runners on the corners. Tigers lead by 1. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, don't miss out on the latest John Deere deals from Sunshine. Ask us about tractor packages with 0% financing available. From Alex Box Stadium to your own backyard, the grass is always greener behind the wheel of a John Deere. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends May 28, 2023.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
You all know Powerball. You know him, you love him. Now, there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. But wait, there's more. Enter the second chance drawing for cool prizes like a VIP trip for 2 to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway and a chance to cross the finish line with $1 million. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
4-3 LSU holding on to a 1-run lead. They trailed early 3-0. They played it 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, but now the Colonels not going away quietly here. Got the leadoff man aboard. Washington with a base hit. Call upon Villarreal as a pinch hitter. He delivers a base hit. Washington off and running on the pitch, gets around second, gets to third, runners on the corners, nobody out. Hunter LeBlanc, cleanup hitter, who's 0 for 3 tonight, will come in and face the new Tiger pitcher in Bryce Collins. And Collins will throw over to first, try to keep Williams, a pinch hitter, or pinch runner, I should say, into the game. Williams gets back safely. First pitch, LeBlanc skies it shallow right field. Dugas coming over and just in foul territory, makes the grab. Washington toying down the line at third, but he'll stay put. A quick throw by Dugas to Travinsky. So 1 out. Runners remain put first and third.
Collins on for LSU, making his 11th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 with a 5.84 ERA. 12 and a third innings pitched, giving up 5 hits, 8 runs, 13 walks, and 14 strikeouts.
So Basil Williams came in to pinch run for Villarreal. He's at first. Washington at third. Austin Kane, the third baseman, 1 for 3 tonight. His base hit came in the 2nd inning. He came around to score the first run of the game. Since then, a pop-up to Dugas at second, and he grounds it out to Braden Jobert back in the 6th inning. So now Collins Bunt shown. It's a bunt right back to the mound. Collins fires Travinski, but he lost the baseball. In to score is going to be Washington. That'll tie the game. And now Jay Johnson comes running out. Wanting to say he never touched home plate. He tells Collins to go over and apply the tag. Now the runner coming from third. Throw back to Travinski, and he's safe. So they sent Williams in after Jay Johnson came running out of the dugout, telling Bryce Collins he did not think Washington touched home plate. Go tag him. Collins kind of slowly made his way to the third base dugout, and a heads-up play by Williams, the pinch runner at third. He just came flying in. It looks like the umpires look a little confused. Again, it looked like Williams made it safely. Now, whether or not he hit the plate is the question. The ball got away from Travinski on the throw from Collins after the comebacker to the mound, so it looked like Washington was safe. Jay Johnson saying no, he was not. So is the game going to be 5-3, or rather 5-4, or is it going to be tied 4-4? And they are now still talking on the first base line. Jay Johnson wanted an explanation, and he is very emphatic.
Well,
so,
yeah, I apologize, Chris.
Lot to unpack there.
It really is. Washington, the third base runner on the squeeze bunt did not touch home plate. Okay. Now, did they call him out when Collins went to touch him in by the dugout? That's what I'm wondering. Because he absolutely did not touch home plate. Collins was a little lackadaisical going to touch him. I wish it had been a little more emphatic. Got the, hit him with the glove in the baseball, because Williams, a heads-up play, and a nice job by the third base coach there of sending Williams from third base while Collins was on his way to the dugout to touch Washington.
So it looks like Washington will be out after missing home plate. Collins went over, applied the tag after he was headed in to celebrate in the dugout with his teammates. But unfortunately, Collins forgot about the runner in Williams, who was standing at third. So they send Williams in. He was clearly safe at the plate. Again, we'll watch the replay. Washington went behind home plate. His left foot never touched the diamond. He got up, started heading towards the dugout. Again, Travinski picked up the baseball after dropping it. And we're still waiting for an indication from our umpires, because the score still says 4-3 LSU. Williams is in the dugout after he came in, and they will say that score will count. So it's 4-4. Washington was out for the second out of the inning. But Williams, with a heads-up play and a great job by the third base coach, they're able to sneak him in with the drama taking place in front of the third base dugout.
Well, in hindsight's 20/20, Chris. In hindsight, all LSU needed to do was just wait around. I don't think they needed to even go touch Washington, because he never touched the bag. I mean, once he goes in the dugout, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, he is basically out. Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of a dang if you do, dang if you don't there. They just needed to sit around, and I think they would have worked itself out.
Well, to the plate will be Felix now with two down. Again, it was Kane who had the comebacker, and he's at first base. And again, Collins going to throw over to keep an eye on Kane.
But you're right, that was a lot to digest. There was a lot going on. I don't know how you score it. I hope everybody's not trying to score it.
There's a swing and a miss. Felix falls behind 0-2. You know what's interesting, I'd love to see the replay on, is home plate umpire Rob Slisher. Memory serves, when Washington made the slide and Travinski lost the baseball, he said safe, which again, there's a swing and a miss. And Collins gets the strikeout on Felix. However, with some craziness on the diamond, they do get one run on two hits. They leave one man on, and they tie the game 4-4. We'll continue that conversation on what we just witnessed as we head now to the bottom of the eighth inning. Tigers come to the plate, tied once again. It's Thompson, Travinski, Joe Bayer due up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
The powerhouse of college baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Jordan Thompson at the plate for the Tigers. First pitch, he jumps on but flies out to left field. Felix coming over in left, able to get that line drive shot for a first pitch and one out here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Going back to not quite the end of the top of the eighth, but the craziness on the diamond that resulted in the Colonels tying the game. But first, we get back to action. Travinski swings and fouls it down the third base line as Coach Jordan with a nice snag down there.
Yeah, heck of a play.
Tosses a souvenir.
My coach.
One out. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, but misses. 1 ball and 1 strike again. They had the comebacker to the mound. Collins throwing home to try to get Washington again. The squeeze play, rather. He was well on his way home. Collins got to it quickly, fired to Travinski. Would have been a very close play at the plate.
I think he would have been out, though.
Yes, and the ball came out of Travinski's mitt, but unfortunately Washington for Nicholls never touched home plate. He came around the backside of Travinski, tried to catch it with the left cleat, and missed. Home plate umpire said safe. Washington headed towards the dugout to celebrate tying the game. Here's the 2-2 to Travinski. Big swing, but foul down the line and right. Jay Johnson came sprinting out of the dugout, telling Collins to go tag Washington out. He did, way over in the third base dugout, but Williams, who was at first, came all the way around to third during that crazy moment, and then they sent him home. The throw from Collins to Travinski not in time, and that was the run that counted to tie the game 4-all. Payoff pitch, Travinski, line drive, and catching it at shortstop is going to be Cadu. Reach down, little basket catch with the glove for out number 2.
Well, they say, Chris, if you call enough games, watch enough games, you'll see something you probably haven't seen before. And I don't know that I've seen it transpire exactly like we saw that play there in the top of the eighth.
2 outs. Joe Bear swings up the middle, comes off the leg of Salta Formaggio, going to be picked up by Ordonez. His throw to first from second base is in time for out number 3. And again, the Colonels, if there's one thing for sure tonight, they have played solid defense on the diamond. Come up with a lucky bounce and a good play as the Tigers 3 up, 3 down in the 8th inning. We're tied 4-4. We go to the top of the 9th. Colonels come to the plate on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Oh, man, I'm glad you're here. Sit down and visit with me, Mom. I'm making it all ready for supper with my family tonight. I can't wait to hug my grandbabies and pass a good time over some good food. Ooh, I better start my rice. You know, it seems like all the best meals start by cooking some rice. Cajun country rice, of course. It's what you gotta have when you're cooking with love. I pick it up down the street at the grocery store, and I can even buy it online at CajunCountryRice.com. Y'all stay and eat. There's plenty, yeah.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original seasoning is Manda's strong side. But it's not Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it? Running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Got ourselves a game on this Tuesday night here at Alex Stadium. Tied 4-4 as we head to the ninth inning. Colonels come to the plate. Ordonez to lead it off. Actually, they'll go to a pinch hitter. McCray Kendrick, a left-hander, will come in here in the top of the ninth inning. Kendrick played in the first game, went 0 for 2, did score a run in that meeting back on April 4th. He started that game at second base, so he'll bat here. First pitch missing, ball 1. Second delivery missed the outside corner, not by much. And it's 2 balls, no strikes.
Kendrick, the junior out of Humble, Texas.
2-0 pitch from Collins. Breaking ball over for a strike, 2-1. Colonels tonight, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and fantastic play in the field. Tigers 4 runs on 4 hits. The pitch misses low from Collins. That'll make it 3-1. And when the Colonels have had success, especially early in this game, they were able to get the leadoff man aboard. Same thing happened last inning that eventually led to a tie game. Washington got aboard. 3-1, strike at the belt, make it 3-2 now to Kendrick, the pinch hitter. Couple of changes in the field, by the way. Ben Napolt takes over at third for Joe Bear. As Alex Milazzo behind the plate catches called strike 3. And Kendrick down on strikes. Collins with his second Super One Food strikeout. Milazzo checks in for Travinsky to catch here in the top of the ninth. 1 gone. That'll bring Kalura, the Colonel catcher, who's 1 for 2 tonight, had a base hit back in the 5th inning.
Collins, the big overhand curveball, threw it on 3-1. They say when you throw 3-1, you'll come back on 3-2, and he did just that.
Fastball sets up Kalura, 0-1. 94 on the gun from Collins. Much like Sam Dutton, another piece that can become valuable down the stretch. There's a breaking ball in on the inner half. Gets ahead 0-2.
Got to make this one unhittable. Come on, Rice.
The 0-2 breaking ball, bouncer trying to get by Dugas, and it does. Bounces its way into right field. And a 1-out single for Kalura. Have to go back and see the placement on that delivery, but certainly Kalura saw it well. Gets the base hit. Colonels have the potential go-ahead run aboard. That brings Wes Toops, who's had a great night. They'll have another pinch runner come in for Kalura, the catcher. Looks like they'll send out Cade Crosby, a junior out of Long Beach, Mississippi. Started his career Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yeah, another, once again, 0-2, just caught too much of the plate. And sometimes you can do that. You know, the juices are flowing. You're vamped up, throwing the fastball at 94, drops off a curveball, gets it 0-2, and you don't just kind of rush the moment.
Fastball sets up Toops. Again, 93-mile-an-hour heater. It's 0-1. Toops tonight, 2 for 3. A couple of singles in the 3rd and 5th. Came around to score a run in that 5th frame. Throw over to first to keep an eye on Crosby, the pinch runner. Able to get back. Another good move there by Bryce Collins, the right-hander. Made it closer than I'm sure Crosby wanted it to be. The 0-1 foul back into the screen. Now Collins again ahead, 0-2. Toops flied out to center field. Dylan Cruz back in the 7th inning. 4-4 our score, top of the 9th. The 0-2 breaking ball. Again, ground ball. Dugas sliding over, has it on the right field grass, throws it behind the bag. Jones, though, grabbed it, kept his foot on the pillow for out number 2. Great play by Jared Jones, who had to adjust And that's what's impressive about Jones, the true freshman. He knew that Dugas had all of the momentum taking him towards the right field line and had a sense that this throw might come a little behind or beyond the first base bag. And Jones did a good job of putting himself in a position on that back left corner to make the play, and that will be out number 2. Runner did advance in Crosby down to second, as we'll have another meeting on the mound. Looks like Wes Johnson, the pitching coach, out there to gather the infield, and Bryce Collins here. 2 down, top of the 9th. Runner in scoring position in a tie game, 4-4.
Well, the good news about Jones at first base is the ball took him into the runner's line, but there's not a whole lot of people bigger than him that's going to affect. It's going to affect them more than it will him. So nothing to be scared of coming across the line, as Toops just kind of, I would say, bumped into him. He didn't even hit him very hard.
Chances are, Buzzy, the Bears not scared of much.
Right.
So with 2 down, that'll bring Parker Cadu atop the order. He's 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch, little tap and foul down the first base line. Cadu aboard on a walk in the first. Couple of strikeouts, and he lined out to Dugas back in the 5th inning. Again, Crosby, the pinch runner, aboard after Kalura singled through the right side, just out of the reach of Dugas at second. There's the 0-1 from Collins. Reaches back, fires. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. LSU, by the way, again had defensive changes, but we'll see Jones, Fry, and top of the order Dugas in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-1 swing and a foul tip held on to by Milazzo, and Collins again, Buzzy, ahead in the count. Got to find that pitch here.
Yeah, well, even on that last batter to Toops, I thought he caught way too much of the plate 0-2, and Dugas was able to make a great play. This one's got to be unhittable with the guy in scoring position.
The 1-2 is outside and low, and the breaking ball, and it's 2-2. Collins going to take a little step around the mound here with an even count, 2 outs, runner at second. Trying to get back into the dugout, give the Tigers a chance to win it in the bottom half of the 9th. 2-2. Breaking ball inside and low. That'll fill the count, 3-2. Crosby, the pinch runner at second. Payoff pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. Cadu will earn his second walk of the game. Puts runners first and second. Not the worst thing that can happen here. Puts a force play at any bag. But you do have to face Zane Washington, who is 2 for 3 tonight. 15-game hit streak. Had a single in the 5th to drive in 2 runs to give the Colonels a 3-0 lead at that point. And then had a single left stranded. Well, actually wasn't left stranded. He came in home but didn't touch home plate and was tagged out at the third base dugout. First pitch, swing and a miss. Washington wanted that one. But the breaking ball drops off the table. It's 0-1.
Washington seeing the ball well at the moment. Was working aggressively early in the count, and Collins able to drop off that off-speed pitch.
This pitch gets away from Milazzo. He doesn't know where it is. Goes all the way into the dugout for the Colonels. And coming in to score will be Crosby. And another crazy play tonight. Apparently says, nope. They're going to move him back. They're going to move the runners back.
Yeah, that's a break for LSU, because I think Crosby was going to score anyway.
Yes.
But once that ball gets in the dugout, you only get one bag.
That was my first thought, is that when it dropped into the dugout, the Colonels exploded with excitement, and I'm thinking that's the last thing you want to have happen. You want it to stay on at least foul territory. Otherwise, it's going to bring the runner back. So coming in was Crosby, but he'll be sent back to third. They'll move Cadu back to second. The umpire stating their case to Coach Mike Silva. But the ball kind of wedged between the mitt and plate of Milazzo, went straight up into the air. Alex didn't know where it was. Took a couple of bounces and then dropped right down beside Coach Silva in that third base dugout. Now the umpire's coming over to convene in front of the mound here to talk it over. But that's exactly what I thought, Buzzy.
Yeah.
Is that's the worst thing you can have happen if you're the Colonels, because it will only allow you to advance one base.
Well, another just crazy in this game of baseball, and really tonight's game. But wouldn't be surprised too if they put Washington. I thought maybe I saw Coach Jay Johnson signaling that they were going to put Washington on, but that's a tough call as well, because you don't give Collins, you give him no room for error, and it's already 1-1.
Now Jay Johnson back out there.
Yeah, I think he is going to put him on.
Now he points to first base and says we're going to intentionally walk Washington. So you had the same idea that Jay had.
Well, a couple innings, when they scored the 2 runs in the 5th, they had the same situation. And I made the point that if it was the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning, I think they would probably walk the best hitter for Nicholls, to set up a force and not let him beat you. You know, the old adage, don't let the best player on their team beat you. But because it was the 5th inning, they elected to pitch to Washington. He got the big hit, scored the 2 runs. But now they're thinking, late in the game where, every run matters, every pitch matters. They're going to put him on. They're going to deal with the next hitter.
And Mike Silva going to call upon a pinch hitter. So the Colonels celebrated for about 3 seconds after the wild pitch got away from Milazzo, allowing what appeared Crosby to score, but they bring him back to third, put Cadu at second. They intentionally walk Washington now, so the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Brad Kurger stand to the plate. The first breaking ball, a called strike from Collins. Braden Kurger, I stand corrected, a pinch hitter. And it's 0-1 to Kurger. Collins fires to the right-hander, missing low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Kurger, a freshman out of Gonzales, Louisiana, went to Santa Monica High School.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 9th, a 4-4 ball game. Again, the breaking ball down and away, 2-1. Kurger not chasing.
Yeah, and I agree with putting Washington on to set up the force play to not let him beat you, but it puts a lot of pressure on Collins with bases loaded. No room for error to put him on.
2-1, misses high. Now 3 balls, 1 strike. So again, on 2 occasions tonight, the Colonels thought they got the lead on LSU after the Tigers came back. But now it comes down to Bryce Collins, 2 outs, the 3-1. Called strike on the outer half at the knees with the breaking ball. It's 3-2.
Well, same thing a couple batters ago. 3-1, they went off speed. They went to the curveball. See if they go to it 3-2.
3-2 pitch, hit in the air, and it's a base hit to right. That'll score Crosby. They'll hold the runner in Cadu at third as the throw comes in, gets through the legs of Milazzo. Cadu now will come in to score. Runners advance second and third, and now the Colonels do lead, and they lead by 2, 6-4. They were trying to keep Cadu at third. The throw coming in from Fry and just went right between the legs of Milazzo, left of home plate. And Kurger, the freshman pinch hitter, delivers the RBI single to right field.
Well, tip your hat. The Ascension Parish native Kurger didn't try to do too much. Got the all-speed pitch, knew he was going to get it, got it 3-1, took it 3-2, just took a little bit off the swing, drove it to right field, and his team is now leading 6-4.
That'll bring Hunter LeBlanc to the plate. He's 0 for 4 tonight, but 2 runs in.
The toughest thing to do as a pitcher is when you give up that base hit and you're mad as a hornet is to get to your proper spot, which is behind the home plate, backing up the throw. And if Collins would have been there, it would only be a 1-run lead for Nicholls.
Swing and a miss, 0-2 now to LeBlanc. Runners second and third. And this one hit in the air to right field. Going back is Fry, and at the track he has it for out number 3. But the Colonels played 2 runs. A crazy top of the 9th on 2 hits, 1 error committed by LSU. Last chance for the number 1 Tigers. Bottom of the 9th coming up. They trail 6-4. Jones, Fry, and Dugas due up for the Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all new, all awesome perks. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors. Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Well, for the second straight game, it's going to take some ninth inning magic for LSU. They come into the bottom of the ninth trailing 6-4 to the Colonels of Nicholls. Jared Jones to lead it off. Cade Evans, new pitcher on the mound. The first pitch short of the plate gets away from catcher Amundsen, who checked in for the starting catcher Kalura after they brought in a pinch runner, Caden Amundsen, a freshman out of Minnesota. Also, Kuriger, who had the RBI single to give the Colonels the lead. Eventually a throwing error or a fielding error led to 2 runs there in the top of the ninth. He takes over at first. Jones skies one high in the air down the line in left. Felix gives it a look. This one is foul, left to the pole into the seats. So a long foul ball, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jones, expecting Ethan Fry due up in the 9 spot. He stands on deck. Here's the 1-2 to Jones. Hammered foul, right side out of play. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Evans on for the Colonels, making his 17th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 3.7 ERA. He's got 4 saves, 24 in the third innings pitched, give it up 26 hits, 10 runs, 4 walks, and 15 strikeouts.
1-2 to Jones. Just missed the outside corner. Good eye by Jared. That time the breaking ball from Evans just missed the outer black. 2-2 the count. Pitch to Jones. In the air, high and deep to left center field. This ball is out of here. Jared Jones, 12th home run of the year. And the Tigers get a run closer. That makes it 6-5 Colonels as Jones jumped all over that offer.
Yeah, he got a fastball, would look to be letter high, but it was up in the zone, and when he makes contact with those pitches, they travel a long way, and that one traveled a long way, 410 feet.
So now 6-5, the Tigers 1 run closer, nobody out. Ethan Fry in the 9 spot. Board on a fielder's choice, brought in a run in the 6th inning. First delivery low and away from Evans, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. He flied out to left field in the 2nd. Struck out swinging back in the 5th inning. Pitch to Fry. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tigers now 5 runs on just 5 hits. Couple of home runs tonight. Cade Beloso a solo shot. Jared Jones just moments ago. The Bear got his solo homer. Fry has a strike at the knees. Falls behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good fastball from Evans. That one at 92 miles an hour, and you'll see his fastball. He'll be at 89 to 92.
The 1-2 pitch. Low and inside. Good take by Fry to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He goes fastball slider, does Evans, and a slider it's a sharp breaking pitch. Works as a cutter sometimes.
2-2 hit high in the air but foul down the line and right out of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nicholls took the early lead, 1-0. Carried that lead, added to it in the top of the 5th to make it a 3-0 game. The Tigers got 4 to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. Again, Fry swings and fouls it out of play. Stays alive with a 2-2 count. So after 6 innings, it was 4-3 LSU. Nicholls with a run in the 8th to tie it, 2 in the top of the 9th to take a 6-4 lead. Jones with a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 9th. 6-5 our score. Fry with a base hit into left field off the bat. Fry makes the wide turn, but wisely stays at first base. And now the potential winning run coming to the plate, top of the order, and Gavin Dugas. Great piece of hitting by Ethan Fry, the freshman. It's his first hit of the night. And we'll see Gavin Dugas atop the order, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, sac fly RBI in the 6th inning. 10 homers on the year. Evans from the stretch fires, the swing, base hit into left field. Fry gets into second base, he'll stop there, and Dugas keeps the hitting going now. 2 runners on, first and second, nobody out, and we'll see Josh Pearson.
Yeah, want to get it to Cruz and Beloso, the big boppers with guys in scoring position. Winning run now at first base, but Pearson no slouch either. A guy that can polished hitter and can leave the yard in a second.
Mike Silva comes out of the dugout for the Colonels. Again, they've had nothing but pitchers in the bullpen all night, so he has somebody at the ready if need be. And he's making that slow walk, so something tells me another pitching change is coming as Cade Evans gives up the solo home run here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And then back-to-back singles to put runners first and second. Tigers within striking distance to finish this one up and get the win on Tuesday with a couple of players down. Great defense by the Colonels tonight, making some plays, robbing some extra base hits. But Mike Silva now going to stick with Cade Evans. He'll stay out on the mound, the right-hander.
Well, Evans, with the 4 saves, he leads the team in saves. One of their better guys out of the bullpen. I think probably Coach Silva's thinking, he's as good as I've gotten. Nobody in the bullpen I trust more, so they're going to stick with him.
So Pearson stands in, 1 for 3. His base hit came in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch from Evans. In on the hands, letter high fastball called strike, 0-1. Ethan Fry with a single to left. Dugas follows suit. Runners first and second, nobody out. Tigers down a run, 6-5 here in the bottom of the 9th. Evans the pitch. Missed inside. Fastball at 89. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dylan Cruz stands on deck for the Tigers. Crowd on their feet making noise now for the first time tonight. The 1-1 way upstairs, make it 2-1 to Pearson. Pearson had a couple of walk-offs in his freshman campaign. Would love to see him do it again here for the first time in 2023. So with thousands of others here at the box. This one fouled back and on the hands, gets it back into the screen. 2-2 the count to Josh.
Pearson hitting .320 with runners in scoring position this season. And he has a knack for getting the clutch hit. We talked about Jordan Thompson, how he always seems to be the right guy at the right moment. We saw Pearson last year get the job done in multiple clutch situations.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Evans gets it by him. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. Pearson down on strikes, 1 gone. And here comes Mr. Dylan Cruz. Runners first and second, 1 out. His Tigers down a run, 6-5 in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, right guy, right spot. He's hit a missile back in the first inning. Got robbed, is 0 for 3 tonight.
Evans from the stretch fires. Missed inside with a fastball, 1-0. Fry with a lead-off second. Dugas off at first. The 1-0 to Cruz. Missed outside. That'll make it 2-0. Aaron Jones with a solo home run to start the bottom of the ninth. Got the Tigers within one. 2-0 pitch, high and inside, backs Cruz off. 3 balls, no strikes for the best hitter in college baseball. 3-0, the pitch. Outside, ball 4. That'll load the bases for the second time tonight for LSU with under 2 outs in the inning. And it'll be Cade Beloso. Beloso tonight 1 for 4. That one, a solo home run in the 6th, down the line to right field. Rally cap time, Tiger fans all across Louisiana, across the country, for that matter, across the globe. We'll have a pinch runner check in for the Tigers. Looks like Jack Merrifield running out there for Merrifield to run for Fry at second base. Again, would represent the possible winning run. Or rather, Fry is at third. Dugas replaced by Merrifield at second base. Quick meeting out there. Amundsen and Evans on the mound. He'll come back to home plate. Crouch down, get ready, 1 out, bases loaded. 6-5, Colonels lead. Pitch to Beloso. It's low, a bit outside, and it's 1-0. Fry, Merrifield, and Cruz aboard. 1 out. The pitch to Beloso. Short of the plate. Gets away from the catcher, Amundsen. He picks it up quickly, slides, and that'll keep the runners at bay. 2-0 the count to Beloso.
Fry did a good job. Once he hesitated, you can't try to make that play, especially with 1 out. You can't make the second out. Now, if it gets to 2 outs, you got to be a little more aggressive and maybe try to make that play.
2-0 pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the knees with a fastball from Evans. That'll make it 2-1 now to Cade Beloso. Got the bases loaded with 1 out. 2-1. In the air. Shallow right center field. And another great grab by the shortstop, Kadu. He will throw back to second, and that will double up the Tigers, and the Colonels get their first win over LSU since the 2020 season. Only their 25th win all time in program history. And on the double up play, sensational defensive effort all night long. Parker Kadu catches the flare in shallow right center, throws back to Ordonez at second. Merrifield was on his way to third, and the game ends 6-5 a final. The Colonels with the win. Nicholls moves to 23-16 on the year. They remain 8-4 in Southland Conference. For LSU, handed their 8th loss of the year. They are now 32-7. They remain in conference play at 12-5. But maybe one of the biggest, if not the biggest win in Colonel baseball history tonight. They take down the #1 Tigers by a final of 6-5 here at the box. Coming up, Fighting Tiger 10th Inning Show presented by Woman's Hospital on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adventure has its own style. It's made of tall trees, unpaved trails, and at the center, the most capable Subaru Forester yet. The 2023 Subaru Forester Wilderness. It comes with 9.2 inches of ground clearance, paired with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and advanced dual-function X mode. Discover adventure on a deeper level. The 2023 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Visit Subaru of Baton Rouge on Airline or online at Subaru.com.
Hey, Tiger fans, don't miss out on the latest John Deere deals from Sunshine. Ask us about tractor packages with 0% financing available. From Alex Box Stadium to your own backyard, the grass is always greener behind the wheel of a John Deere. Learn more at sunnyquip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends May 28, 2023.
Will Scott Mobile Mini is the global leader in modular offices and storage containers. Keep your products safe and secure with our wide array of vault-like storage containers. Need shelves and lighting for your container? We can help. We have the right container for your industrial, commercial, or residential storage needs. All of our offices are delivered ready to work with customizable furniture options to fit any need. Give us a call at 800-841-7016 or visit our website at www.mobilemini.com.
Welcome in to the Fighting Tiger 10th Inning Show. Stats, scores, highlights,